they light the flame. Cigars in hand, never playing tame. Pour the whiskey, let it burn real slow. On the Real Smoke Podcast, the stories flow. Guess they're rolling with a spark in their eyes, talking life's truths and throwing lies. Laughter, crack, fire alive. Cuba to Kentucky, they always thrive. Real smoke rises in the air tonight. Whiskey's bold, they keep it tight. Stories spark like a flaming glow. Mick and Charles stealing the show.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and times in between. This is more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 31 of the Real Smoke Podcast. We are your host. That guy over there is the Mick. What's up, Mick?
What's up, fam?
Not much. I'm Charles. We are your, I guess, awesome host, amazing host. What kind of words can we describe us? Fantastic host. We can all give Mick the thumbs down because he's wearing the ultimate ugly hat tonight. So boo Phillies, but at least it looks like does it say Braves?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd notice the hat, and I'm glad you did.
No,
so it's great.
I'd rather notice the shirt. So anyways, welcome to the episode, and before we get started, we do need to say what's up to our family over at the Cigar Vault, since they are the wonderful people who sponsor us. Let's check out the Cigar Vault.
The Real Smoke Podcast is brought to you by the Cigar Vault Oakdale, your ultimate destination for premium cigars and unforgettable experiences. Whether you're a seasoned aficionado or just starting your cigar journey, they've got you covered. Find them on Instagram at Cigar Vault Oakdale or online at thecigarvault.com. Here's a treat for our listeners. Use promo code RealSmoke to save 10% on your next order. Let the Cigar Vault Oakdale unlock your next great cigar.
And a huge thanks to the Cigar Vault for being the title sponsor for the Real Smoke Podcast. Guys, if you don't know, go check out their website and make sure you use that code to get something off. A little bit. Everybody needs to save a little bit in these times, so go save a few dollars.
Yeah, you can save those tariff fees. That should cover the tariff fees at 10%. So it's awesome. Just use our code.
Yeah, use our code. That's all. That's all you need to do. Use our code. So what's going on this week with you, buddy?
Well, I'm on my 11-day stretch at work, so I'm about halfway through. At least at the end of it, I see vacation. So I got to work through the weekend and into Wednesday, Thursday next week. But busy as always, man. But it's going well. So how about you?
Just same stuff, different day. Just rocking and rolling all day long, and getting in here with enough time to turn the computer on and let everything get warmed up and get all my notes down. And so my week's pretty much the same as normal. So it's not a bad week, not an excellent week, but it's a good week because I'm above ground and rocking and rolling. Really quickly, we got Mitch on here. He says, "Good evening. Getting Forge storms in Pigeon Forge. That means we're about to get some rain over in here. So yay. Isn't it about every Thursday we get rain over in East Tennessee?
Pretty close. Yeah. We get it
Pretty
early
close.
in the day on Thursday. You get it later in the day Thursday.
Yeah. Gee whiz, thanks. Devin's on here. He says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, baby Debbie?"
Devin's also 4 feet to my right. So if you hear some laughter later, it's Debbie.
See, that was the funny thing. I saw you talking to someone multiple times, and the only time I ever see you talking to someone multiple times is when Devin's being a jerk and interrupting. Thanks, Devin.
Do you so
I heard him giggle.
So you're saying that when I talk to the wife, it's usually one time and it's not much laughter. That's probably how it is. I could see how you could see that.
No, yours looks more like yes, ma'am face. When you talk to him, it looks more annoyed. I'm just kidding. Papaw's on here. He says, "Evening, kids. What's up, Daddy?"
What's up, brother?
He says, "Getting ready for some storms here," says Mitch. Mitch is also putting in the hashtag Real Smoke. By the way, we do need to talk about that one. I'll go ahead and put that banner up really quickly. And then Gibson Manson says,
Okay.
"Good evening, everyone." That sounds like a new name, but Gibson, well, what's up, brother? Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all that wonderful stuff on there. Guys, take a second, do us a favor, hit the like on there. Make sure that you help push this up here. My first story is actually, a few weeks ago, we had a few days ago, we had Pete Johnson on here. And that episode in less than a week has now taken over as our number one episode on YouTube. And is in our top 10 on Spotify and is in the top 15 already on Rumble. So the Pete Johnson interview went, it was our longest interview, and I was figuring it wasn't going to do that well just because of how long it was, but it is becoming, if it keeps going like it is, it'll definitely be top 5 on all of our platforms within another week.
Yeah, that was on my notes as well. Big shout out to him, man. I mean, it's crazy. In less than a week, we're close to, we're our top video on YouTube. So I mean, it's pretty impressive. He's been amazing. We're still in contact with him every few days, just talking about shit. So yeah, it's impressive. He's a great dude, and we appreciate it this time.
AJ's on here tonight. He says your guest tonight has a really cool concept and somewhat local to him. I think his concept's amazing too. Can't wait to get into that one night. Dory's on here. She says fire. That's another new one on here.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy the show tonight. Make sure that you hit the like on there. Subscribe to us. Make sure you help us get our numbers up a little bit. We would greatly appreciate that one. Gibson's on here rocking the hashtag. Wesley is on here. Wesley Woodcock.
What's up, brother? I know him from Instagram. I forget his Instagram name, but I do. It always sounds super creepy when I say I know that dude from the internet, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that does not sound creepy at all. I know him from the internet. He was in my message boards and we were chatting last night.
DM me later, Wesley.
Yeah. We get a wavy from this one. A couple of hashtags. Josephus is in the house. What's up, Josephus? If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, go check him out. He's got some amazing, hilarious, some wonderful content out there. Go check him out. So let's see. Tonight, make sure that you are putting in the comments hashtag Real Smoke. We have a couple of giveaways that we're giving away tonight. We do have, we have our normal $25 gift card from the Cigar Vault Oakdale. We have a prize pack from Cigar Army. They will be on here later to talk about a venture that they're doing. And then we have our 3-pack of cigars from Katie Cigars that we're giving away as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the show. We'll be giving those away. You have to be live. You have to be present to win. There is a couple of rules for the Katie cigar one, though. We'll get into that later on. Let's see. You got any other news you got going on this week?
And I don't think so. Just counting down days to vacation. I know I keep saying that, but it's been a long run at work, and I'm just
rub
super
it in,
excited.
rub it in.
Oh, hey, we just got a note in our group chat for this. We have another prize to give away as well. We are also giving away a 4-pack from Tribal.
We are giving away a 4-pack of cigars from Tribal. Uh-oh.
Thank you, brother. That's awesome. Man, we got a hell of a giveaway tonight. 4 prizes. It's going to be a good night.
All right, so one more time. Make sure you type in hashtag Real Smoke in the comments. Must be present to win. We are giving away a $25 gift card from the Cigar Vault. We're giving away a 3-pack of cigars from Katie Cigars. We're giving away a prize pack from Cigar Army, who will be on here in a little bit. And our honorable guest tonight is giving away 4 cigars as well. That may be the most prizes we've given away in a night. I didn't even know we had a private chat until I just saw what you put on there. That's cool. We have a private chat.
Heck yeah. We can say all kinds of
the
crazy shit.
more
It's gonna be
you
great.
know. I wish I had that one. Let's see. Want to thank Hayes Gray Cigars as well. Did get their hat in this week. We will be starting Hat Palooza off when we come back. I will start over the next 3 weeks. I'll get the information rolling out. But again, Hat Palooza is simple. If you are a cigar or spirits brand or an accessory brand and you do have a hat and you're willing to send us 2 hats, I will rep one and wear one, and I will post one as a prize to give away, and we'll give it away to one of our lucky viewers on Instagram. That's just one of the things that we like to do. I'm a huge hat person. I have a collection of hats. Mick loves hats as well. He just doesn't like hats that everybody else likes. He's picky.
Yeah.
So if you are a
bougie.
cigar brand owner, even if you're, we've even had lounges give away hats. So if you are a brand of some kind owner and you want to give away a hat, or you just want to get your name out there a little bit, shoot me a message on Instagram, and we will we'll get that set up, and we'll try to get that to the hands of some lucky people. So,
hell yeah.
all righty. So the last thing I've got to list is, again, this is our last episode for the next couple of weeks. We will be posting some things online. I'll be posting a lot. I've been saving up all the shorts and stuff from the last interview. So you'll have the interview with Tim. You'll have some of the shorts from Pete Johnson. You'll have some of the shorts from tonight. I'll be posting those over the next 3 weeks to help fill in some content. I know Mick said he's going to try to do a live or live once or twice.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to jump on there with him when we do that.
Yep.
I may even jump on here if I get bored one night and say, hey, let's do a live, and see if I can get any of our viewers on here to join me.
Hell
Rob says, what's up, guys? What's up, Rob?
Yeah.
All righty. So go ahead.
Sorry, man. I was just going to say I'd definitely do a live from if I have internet in Aruba, sitting on the beach, so I can rub it in a little more. And I'm going to do a live probably with the PA boys back home. And hopefully I can get you on that as well, Charles. Just have some fun, get some viewers on, and just have a blast, man. We're going to keep pushing our sponsors and everybody that helps us, this show continue to happen. So we'll continue thanking them throughout the next couple of weeks.
I love it. So yeah, I'll do my best to jump on there, and let's as I know it's kind of hard to plan that far out and to know exactly what you've got going on while you're on vacation. So just try to give me a heads up whenever you plan to do it that day, and I will see if I can do it. So let's go ahead and talk about tonight. We have a cigar that we are smoking, but before that one, our cigar tonight is brought to you by Destination Cigars.
Tonight's guest is brought to you by Destination Cigars. Step into the world of cigars like never before at Destination Cigar Lounge, home of the exclusive Destino Cigar Brand. Whether you are kicking back at Governor's Crossing in Sevierville, Tennessee, savoring the vibes at New River in Beckley, West Virginia, or soaking up the rich aroma at Almost Havana in Hurricane, West Virginia, every visit is an adventure. From top-tier cigars to expert recommendations and a laid-back atmosphere, it's the perfect place to relax, connect, and enjoy the craft. If you are looking for bold and unforgettable flavors, escape to the world of Destino Cigars. Kick back with the rich Mexican San Andreas Dividend, enjoy the smooth intrigue of the censored Sumatra, or fire up the bold and flavorful Escape Habano. For more information, you can follow them on Instagram at destination_cigars, or you can explore more by visiting them online at destinationcigarlounge.com, or take a journey to one of their 3 locations in West Virginia and Tennessee. No matter where your cigar journey takes you, every blend is an experience worth savoring. Where the road ends, the perfect smoke begins at Destination Cigars.
Alrighty, so Mick, this one's all yours. Tonight's cigar.
Tonight's cigar is the Tribal Trilogy Ubaji. Wrapper, Nicaraguan Habano. Binder, Nicaraguan. Filler, Nicaraguan. Price, $12.19, I believe is what we paid. The Smoke-In Cigars. Oh, Jesus mighty. Here we go. All right, so that is brought to you by Smoke-In Cigars, Cigar of the Month Club. Check them out. Use our code RSNew to get a cutter and lighter with your first order. Cigar of the Month Club, Smoke-In. All right, it ended better than it started. Fucking shit.
I love it. So before we bring on our guest is brought to you by just that one right there. Let's talk about those lovely people at uh, Smoke In Cigar of the Month Club. Tonight's guest is brought to you by Smoke In Cigar of the Month Club. Check them out. Go join Smoke In Cigar of the Month Club. Get 5 premium cigars delivered to your door every month. Discover hidden gems, classic favorites, and exclusive blends selected just for you. Use code RSNEW. That's RSNEW now to claim your free Smoke In torch lighter and perfect cutter. Huge thanks to everybody over at Smoke In for trusting us to see if we are a good enough fit for them. So go help us out and,
After
see what
that
you
one,
can do.
they probably won't be our sponsor anymore. But yeah, here we go.
I'm good with that one. All right, so let's go ahead and bring on our guest. He is the owner of Tribal Trilogy Cigars. This is Mr. Uche Obua. What's up, sir?
Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic and fabulous. How are you?
I can't complain. All is well. End of the day and a good smoke.
Absolutely. We say that a lot, man. We no matter how the show goes, we always have a good time and have a great smoke and have a few drinks, and it's always a great way to end the day, regardless, man. With good people.
I will say this really quickly, Mick. You have somebody asking you a question. KRDSHRK says, "Will you be at Smoke Ones next weekend?"
No, we're actually traveling up to Pennsylvania, flying to Aruba out of Philly, and then we're coming back in the following week to visit family in central Pennsylvania. So not a whole lot of lounge time, mostly family and vacation. So maybe a lounge when I get back up home, but not that weekend. So.
All right, Card Shark. I know I was playing, but sounds a whole lot better to me. Sorry. Anyways, so Uche, where are you living at? Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Baltimore. I'm down in Fort Washington. It's like the Triangle or the DMV area, like the most southernest tip of Maryland right now. But I was born in Baltimore.
Okay.
Nice.
So you
well, one of the things that we like to do is start taking things back a little bit. So, Mick, you got a question? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So, if you're born in Baltimore, does that mean that's primarily where you grew up? And how did you grow up? I'm stealing Charles's thunder on this one, but how did you grow up? Where did you grow up? And tell us about your childhood a little bit, man.
Yeah, so I'm from the northeast part of Baltimore, so like close to Towson University or so. But yeah, I was born and raised in Baltimore. I went to elementary, middle, high school. I went to college in Baltimore. I went to Baltimore City College, which is the best school in Baltimore, Maryland, and the surrounding states, no matter what anybody says. After going to City, I went to Morgan State University. That's also in Baltimore. Both my parents graduated from there. Actually, that's where they met and had me, Baltimore, at Morgan State, when both of them were doing. My dad was doing his master's. My mom was doing her bachelor's. Couple brothers and sisters who actually followed the same track. We all went to the same high school, middle schools. 3 sisters, 4 brothers. Everybody pretty much born and raised. So originally, my family, my dad's actually Nigerian. So he came from Hoda River State, Nigeria, and my mom's Jamaican, Kingston, Jamaica. So don't really find that mix that much, but I guess we can thank Morgan State for that, because they found each other and they had this big old family in Baltimore. Then I moved my way up to I'm a pharmacist by trade. So after going to Morgan State, I moved up to Boston for a good 6 or 7 years. So I did a pharmacy school up there at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy. And from there, I did a residency in Hallmark Health, which is like North Boston, like where they have the real accents and the Italians would throw people and kill them. Yeah, that's where I did my residency at, up that way. Made a lot of good friends up in Boston. And I realized the Boston and the Yankees thing and Philly is a real thing. Like Actually, I like hats just like you guys. So I did the mistake of going up there with a Yankees hat, and my barber told me if I ever wear that hat in his shop again, he'll cut my hair bald. I'm kind of bald, but he would cut it bald. So yeah, I had a really good time from there. And then I came back to Baltimore after doing my residency. Worked at Johns Hopkins for a little while. Now I'm like in the southernest part of my job. Brought me down this way. Job and love.
Okay.
And that's my story.
Yeah, I got a good buddy lives up in Boston, man. They are passionate, and there's no other way to put it, about their sports teams, man. I realized that a few years, well, it was probably hell at this point, probably 15, 18 years ago. I was up there on a job when I used to do a different job. Anyway, I was at a restaurant after work, and everybody in the bar was cheering and drinking and watching the Red Sox game. And I'm like, yeah, because it was like opening day or one of the first days of the week. It was a replay from the day before, and everybody was cheering like it was live. It was crazy. I'm like, wait a minute, it's a replay? It's craziness. But they'll do some crazy shit up there over their sports teams.
Yeah, if you love sports, that's like, actually, it really made me dislike a lot of the fans because, when I was up there, my residency, they sponsored the Bruins. So, I saw them when they went to the Super Bowl. I saw the playoffs with the Celtics. I saw the World Series with the Red Sox. Like, you can't tell them anything. Even if the game is lost, they're flipping over cars. They're burning down, bars. Like, those people really go hard for their team, man.
Well, think about this one. So my best friend, I said one of my best friends lives up there he lives in Templeton, right outside of Boston. But he's been a diehard Patriots, Tom Brady fan forever. And me and Charles are actually both Falcons fans. So the 28-3 game, I still never have heard the end of that from my buddy up there. It doesn't matter what happens in the next 20 years. I'll still never hear the end of it. But now I feel you, man. They're definitely passionate for sure.
So did you say that you went to the same college that your mom and dad both went to?
Yeah, so it was kind of like a family tradition. So
I was about to say, you got a family tradition going on.
My sister went. So my mom and my dad went. My aunt went. My cousin went. My older sister went. I followed her. My little brother enrolled for a few years. So it's pretty much like we went from high school straight to Morgan State because it's an in-state school. It's a big MEAC school, so they have all the sports and things like that. And it was far enough from home, but close enough to home. I think my dad didn't want us to leave the state. Great, real good program, engineering. I did biology. My sister did accounting. My dad did business. They actually just started a med school. So it was a real good foundation to get us where we needed to go. And then I went up to Boston for a different life and different Ivy League school.
All right, so I have to ask your name, Uche Obua. Give me there's got to be meaning behind it. What's the meaning behind it?
Yeah, so Uche is short for Uche Uma, which is my dad's language. So the language that my dad speaks is actually Ekwe. So like in Nigeria, there are three standard places that languages. They normally say Igbo, they say Yoruba, and then they say Hausa. So my name has an Igbo origin, but what happened was years ago they had a civil war, and my dad's village decided that they wanted to do their own thing. So they left the Igbo land, created their own village, their own language. So my name in Igbo means God's gift, but my name in my dad's language is God's will. So it's like, I think, when I came about, they already had my sister. They both were in school, and my dad's like, this is God's will, so we're gonna have this baby.
That's awesome. So does your last name have any meaning?
The last name is a tribal name. It's just it's like the kingdom. So Obua is just like the area where we are. So like,
nice.
If we would go to Nigeria and be like, oh, your last name is Obua, or your last name is Edu, it's just like the neighborhood like Baltimore or. Right. Yeah, so.
Well, that's cool to have. You can trace you can literally trace your lineage just through your name, and there's not a lot of people who can say that. So that's a little bit special in itself.
It's a gift and a
So
curse throughout the years.
yeah. So how did both, maybe I missed this in what you said with your parents, but did they both come across for schooling reasons? Like were they here? Were they born in America? Or like how did that happen?
Yeah, so my mom came over when I think she was 16. So she came over when she was 16. She went to high school and then she enrolled at Morgan State. So she came for school because basically came for a better life. And then my dad was like, to this day, he's like a career student. So my dad lived in France. He got his bachelor's in Waterloo, Canada. He made his way, I have no idea, down the Bahamas, to Nassau, went to school there for an associate's degree. And then what he told me was he was supposed to go to another school, but Morgan State gave him the most out of country assistance. And he heard about, so like Morgan's like one of those schools where like in Nigeria they play Morgan State commercials on the TV. So it's like one of those schools where people are like, oh yeah, that's like the Harvard of United States. So like he dreamt of going to Morgan. So that's basically how both of them came over, basically for better schooling. It was both of their plans to leave. That was over 50 years ago. They're both still here. But yeah, so they
That was my next question.
Yep. He is building a house so he can, I think, retire, but my dad's 69 and he's still not retired. I don't really know what the problem is, but my mother's retired twice. She's a school teacher.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so you're in college. You're going to the college that it seems like the entire family's going to. I don't know. Do you have kids? Are you married? Do you have kids?
Oh yeah, so I have kids now. I have a 6-month-old and an 8-year-old.
So when they get to that age, are you going to be looking at them going like, granddaddy went there and grandmama went there and your uncles went there, your aunties went there. You're going to look at them and say, come on.
Honestly, I think I definitely would push for them to go to the school. I really want them to go to an out-of-state school, but honestly, like where we are, which is in Fort Washington, it's an hour plus. A lot of people from this area actually traveled up that way. I'm not sure why, but it is a school, especially now that it's expanded to basically every degree that you possibly could get. So like for me, I'm going to try to push the kids to be engineers or something. And Morgan has a great engineering program. They have a good communication program. And I think the grandparents live that way. We're close enough. So I definitely say, hey, you know what? For your first degree, you definitely should go to Morgan. Even if they don't graduate, they should go 2 years to get the experience, the fun, and the Baltimore life. Because we don't live in Baltimore anymore. It's totally different in Fort Washington. So they get a little bit of city life up there.
My daughter, where she goes to school, she's graduating with her master's not in a week or so. But her school is an hour away. She's going to University of Tennessee. And one of the things that we told her is the same thing you're telling them. It's an hour away. It's far enough for you to be independent, but it's close enough that if you need us, we're there.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Congratulations. What degree is she getting?
Special education.
Nice. Yeah, my mom's a special ed teacher, man.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's cool. She just signed on with a school, so she will. She had a couple of schools already hunting her down, wanting her to be a teacher in their school system. So she signed the intention a couple of weeks ago. So she's already got a job waiting on her, and she'll graduate, and that's awesome. So,
Nice.
How did you're in college? So how did you get into cigars? Was that something that you found while you were in college, or is it something you found on after college?
So I found honestly, so the first time cigars was introduced to me, I was in my 30s. Literally was at a New Year's party with my friend. He has cigars. It's like top notch. He had cigars. He had hookah. He had like one of those ice luges where you pour the water down and the ice comes down. So that was my first experience with the cigar. I had a great time, and I tried to identify how I had the great time because, like I said, we had the best alcohol, we had hookah, we had cigars, we had a whole good old party on New Year's. And I was trying to identify like what exactly was the good time, and I zeroed in on cigars. So then, a
What
lot
was
of
you smoking? What was you enjoying?
I think he had a I smoked some type of placentia because they had the top notch stuff that day. It was some type of placentia that I was smoking. Everybody was out there. They gave me the lightest stick, of course, because I'd never smoked before. Um, and from there, like a lot of my fraternity brothers smoked cigars. A couple of my friends smoked them, but like I really wasn't into it. You know, I would go to a cigar lounge here and there when I got off work by myself. I really wasn't into the going with a bunch of friends. So what really got me into cigars was COVID. COVID hit, and like I didn't have anything to do. Like, you know, I'm a pharmacist, so I wasn't working from home. I'm doing 10 to 12 hours in the hospital. I'm wearing a mask all day. I can't speak to anybody. So, you know, I would just stop at the cigar lounge. Well, they were doing grab and go, but I would stop at this nice cigar. I'd say it's not a lounge; it's more like a grab and go. But I mean, this guy has like everything underneath the sun. So I would really just originally, I was a sweet smoker. So I mean, factory smoke was my go-to. I buy a 25 pack of factory smoke and smoke that in about a week. And then, you know, I'm burning over to Fat Bottom Betty's and things like that. And
Right. That's what I was about to ask is what was starting your cigar journey? What was those cigars that kept you, that one brought you into the lifestyle? And what was the ones that kind of kept you in the lifestyle? What was that first round of cigars?
So it was definitely the Fat Bottom Betty's and the Drew Estate, anything Drew Estate that had a sweet tip to it. Because honestly, so I sell cigars. I have my own mobile cigar lounge, 2 of them now. And originally I was told, like, you know, like if you smoke a sweet cigar, you're not a real smoker. So I wanted a cigar that I take the band off and people like, oh, he's smoking a real cigar. So I think that's where the factory smoke came in it, but I still got the tobacco taste. And I'm a big coffee drinker, so it really played off of drinking coffee and things like that when I couldn't drink alcohol. Because I think I might, you know how some people smoke cigarettes? I smoke cigars like that. I smoke a cigar on my way to work. When I was on my break, I was smoking a cigar. On my way home, I had a 45-minute commute, so I was smoking. So, yeah, that first year or two, it was definitely all of the Drew Estate lines. I stayed away from acid because everybody, you know, like, it wasn't my thing. Like, I didn't really know, like, the name just, I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to smoke acid, so I never tried it. But yeah, the Drew Estate's the factory smoke, which is part of Drew Estate. And then after that,
What was that cigar that brought you out of sweet tip cigars?
So the cigar that brought me out of sweet tip cigars would probably, I transitioned into like a Camacho. So my fiance now, Dory, she worked at a cigar lounge, and she's like, we're going to expand your palate because you keep smoking the same 4 cigars. And if you're going to be a cigar smoker, I want you to try basically everything. So went into her store. She made me like a power pack. I think at that time they were doing like a special. So I got like 10 Camachos, different sizes, different wrappers. And, you know, I was just trying them. Never picked back up. Actually, now if I smoke like anything flavored, it's too sugary for me. So like after that, once she cracked me into that about 2 or 3 years ago, I never went back. I sell them, of course, because everybody smokes them, but I never went back. So I rolled into the Camachos, and then I went up on the deep end because she's a Liga 10th anniversary. So like I'm smoking Camachos, but she's smoking Ligas. So now I have to figure out how I'm gonna smoke this Maduro leathery full body 2-hour smoke when I'm used to flavored or, you know, Connecticut's and Habanos.
That's absolutely hilarious because I was smoking cigars. I got into like the Tabacas Especiales. That was my coffee cigar. I like the Drew Estate, coffee cigars, and then I went into the Leather Rose. So I was doing those, and I got into some of, a couple of Drew Estate, like the Undercrown 10 was my favorite. The regular Undercrown Maduro was my favorite. And my wife was, she wasn't really along with the journey, and she was sitting down in a lounge with me. We were in Kentucky, and she's like, I want to smoke a cigar. And I was like, okay, which one do you want? She's going through there, and she's like, I want this one. And I was like, nope, you're not having that one. And she's like, why? I said, because that one will knock you on your ass. She's like, I like the way it looks. I want this one. And I was like, okay, so you want this to be your first cigar? Uh-huh. It's a Liga 9. She smoked that thing from beginning to end on her first cigar and looked at me and went, I love this cigar. So she didn't start at the bottom and worked up. She started at a Liga 9, and this was back when Saka was still doing Liga 9s.
Wow.
So this was a strong kick you in the face cigar, and she loved it. And you said your fiance's name is Dory?
Yeah. She's in the chat somewhere. Yeah,
is this your fiance?
Yep.
What's up? Thank you for jumping on
Dory?
here tonight.
Dory, in the chat, give us one good story or one code word for something. I don't know. Just something.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Since you're in the chat, you need to put in something that we can ask him that would make him blush. Because we know that would be amazing. So anyways, so she got you into smoke. She was enjoying some heavier cigars and got you into smoking heavier cigars. How does it go in from you enjoying, cigars, Drew Estate and things like that? How does it go into you deciding that you want to do a mobile lounge?
So,
because that's a huge ass jump. How does that happen?
It is a jump. So again, right before COVID happened, I'm like, hey, you know what? I need a business to make some extra money. I'm like, there's not too many cigar lounges in the Prince George's area. There's only, at the time, there was one, Cigar 210. And I said, I want to open my own cigar lounge. COVID hit, and I'm like, I had already had the business plan together. So what I did was I had to pivot. I'm like, what exactly can I do to still create the experience of the cigar lounge, but not actually have a brick and mortar? And I thought about it because what's hot this year is not hot next year, just like location wise. So I was like, what exactly could I do? So I was like, I can do a mobile cigar lounge. So I started reaching out. There was at the time I Googled mobile cigar lounge. So you have two different mobile cigar lounges. You have the people who literally get in their car, they pull up a table, they pull up a tent, and they call themselves mobile cigar lounges, which is one. And then you have another one where you have people who actually have mobile trailers or something like that. So a couple people reached back out to me, gave me some of the pros and cons. From there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy me a trailer. We took a trip up to Timonium Fairgrounds, which is like the big fairgrounds in Maryland. And I said, all right, I'm going to go to it was kind of like a trailer show. Quickly after going to that trailer show, I knew that a new trailer was not what I needed, because those things can run you 200, 300, 400 grand. So I went to Marketplace. I went to Facebook Marketplace. I looked at a couple trailers, fell in love with this trailer up the road in Bel Air. It was a toy trailer. So the good thing about the toy trailer is the back hat. These guys, they were riding like Harley. So him and his wife rode Harley. So the two Harleys would go in the back of the trailer. So you can put the back down. So with me being able to put the back down, it expanded out more. I didn't have to worry about the air filtration system. So that's basically what happened. So for the first year of COVID, I guess that's what, 21 through 22, 20 to 21. Every day I came home, that was my project. I had a buddy who did home improvement. I was like, hey, I'm trying to transition this trailer. Can we do it together? Because he did a lot of home improvement stuff. So he's like, nah, you're not going to be able to do that. It doesn't make any sense. it's not going to happen. So I'm not a person who likes to be told no. So I took that and I spun it. I'm like, all right, I can't do it, so I'm going to do it. Every day I'm out there. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I painted the trailer myself. That took 5 different, oil base, water base. It took me some time, especially because what happened was, I didn't realize, I didn't realize when you paint, it has to be a certain temperature. So I'm getting off at 6:00 p.m. I'm painting the lounge, and the next day when I wake up, the dude has ran my paint onto my driveway. So you already know that was a lot of arguments in the house. So I went
I
from.
can only imagine what words were coming out of your mouth at 6:00 in the morning.
The driveway was black, gray, silver, purple. It was a lot of colors. But am I smart enough?
You're decorating the driveway.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we got to make it fun. So that ended up, I found out that oil-based paint was the right paint. So I painted my whole outside of the trailer. Then what I did is I started doing the inside. I was ordering chairs and things off of Amazon, finding out which chairs would work. And my target at that time was wineries, because wineries was still open. So I'm like, all right, cigars go good with wine. Let me target wineries. So I'm, going over to the local wineries, trying to pitch the idea. Not too many people, hooked it because they're like, they don't really understand the concept. So then I just started doing private events. Literally how my first year came about was, somebody seeing my website and saying, hey, I want the party experience. So the first lounge actually sat 9 inside. So it's 9 theater style chairs, two big screen TVs, a bathroom, a kitchen. So what I would do is I'd pull up to your house, if you had a driveway or just on the curb, and I would create the experience, because I'm like, when you go to a lounge, no matter how big or small the lounge is, unless you're having like a group gathering, it's normally pockets of people. So what I was able to do with the 6-foot distance was that was sat 9, so I had a maximum of 6 people inside, and then I would have people outside because you could be outside. So it allowed people to still be able to be in a lounge and not have to be in a physical location per se. And I like the idea because, again, like I said, I'm from Baltimore. My business was in Fort Washington. Literally, my first 100 customers were coming from Baltimore because I was doing something called Sundown Sunday. So I would play like a football game, have some Hennessy and some strawberry and some cigars, and we would watch the game. And it picked up from there. I started doing weddings. I started doing bachelor parties. Big thing we actually do is baby showers, because now baby showers are co-ed. So guess what? Bring the lounge, because after you play the games and get the gifts, you can leave out, have all the ladies have their own thing, smoke inside the lounge, do your 45 minutes, go back in, and you're okay, and you can trigger people out. So I do personalized bands. So like whatever your baby's name is or whatever, you get a keepsake. So that's how the mobile piece came about. And then another thing in Prince George's, they're not really like cigar lounge friendly. So like I didn't have the means to even pay the lobbyists and things like that. So that's how the mobile cigar lounge evolved and became what I wanted it to be.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, it's you can tell that it's a little bit entrepreneur, but it's also was a little bit of boredom during COVID that really pushed you into doing something. It's phenomenal. I will say up where I came from in Pennsylvania, that's where I originally grew up. So I know Baltimore pretty well, but up in Pennsylvania, it was right before COVID. These couple guys that I knew started a mobile cigar lounge, and at the time I'm like, this is fucking genius. Like I never even thought about it, and they did really, really well with it, man. And a lot of it was at wineries. When they first started, they were at winery events because wineries were still open and they had concerts out there, but they only allowed so many people on the grounds because it was outside or whatever. But that was my first experience with a mobile cigar lounge, and those guys are still I think only one of them still the owner. The other two guys got bought out or something. But they're still in the area up there, and they're still doing great business. And it's a lot of what you said, man. It's a lot of you guys hit the market right.
See, we should have actually asked him to go live from one of his lounges, and he could have walked us through one of them and showed us. Oh, wait, never mind. That's what I thought. Look at this thing. Look at the seats. Nice.
Beautiful. Wow.
All the wood grain. Check that out.
Man, you did it right,
Very
brother.
nice.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Thanks,
That's
man.
cool.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, so when it comes to the mobile cigar lounge, I have to ask, and somebody who works for himself as well, there's always that one moment that you realize that I've got, the idea that I have is a great idea, but there's that moment that you go, holy shit, this is working. What was that? What was that one time that you were like, you just sat back and went, crap, this is a great idea and it's working?
So, honestly, I'm going to tell you. So, I will say, Art, I had an event last Saturday. So, I bought a second lounge. The first lounge did phenomenal. But the issue with the first lounge was, again, it only sat 9. It's more like, so I call that one now the basement. So, that's like your basement. You guys sit down and smoke. So, I went out on a limb and bought a second lounge. This guy sold it to me. I was at a college tailgate. And he's like, hey, I have a lounge. I'm trying to sell it. So I went out on a limb last year. I bought the lounge. Had a couple events here and there, but so this lounge is supposed to seat 13. Last week I did an event for this. It was like this business group. There were 20 people in here, 20 people inside, and 10 people outside, moving in and out. I didn't turn the TV on. I didn't have any music on. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I called Dory like, I know that I see everything coming to light, but like this one really made me feel like I can do bigger and better things. And I'm creating because I'll go backwards. I had a time where like I sent it out to a few friends, a cigar group, and they're like, oh, we don't want to smoke in a box. Take us to a real lounge. It was really disheartening. But now, like, having that event and seeing different people from different ventures of life just having a great time, it just made me feel like you've created the experience. You've made the lounge. Like, it's not just a couple seats and a TV. When I was looking at these people taking the pictures, like, it was legitly like we were in Cigar World, Cigar International, like down in Tampa. Like it really looked like that. So I was so happy and amazed that what I've been pouring into this mobile cigar lounge has really come to fruition, and there's a lot of people doing it now, and I see different styles, but it's like mine has my own tag to it. So like that was the latest event that was like, hey, Uche, like, this is a thing. And honestly, if I quit my job today and I was able to like focus the same amount of time that I give to the hospital on this, I could make the same revenue because I would have the time to market. I would have the time to go different places and create what people have. Another one was I was at a golf event. I acquired another outfit from these union guys. It was the middle of December. They're having their Christmas party, and these people were leaving the Christmas party, coming over here to smoke in 20 degrees. Now, how many times do people come outside to smoke in 20 degrees? And I got nothing but compliments of how it was. So I was like, man, like, because originally it ended up being just a seasonal thing because it's like nobody wants to smoke outside in the cold. But that again made me know that, hey, this can be a year-round thing. And what I did was from that, it triggered me to start I was doing football season. So December, January, February, like I did tailgates because the year before my trailer was just sitting for 3 to 4 months. I only around November, that was the last wedding because wedding season ends around November. And I didn't start back up until about April-ish. because that's when like all the golf tournaments come. But like that opened me up. Like, hey, Uche, like, nah, you could do this 365 days. New Year's parties, Christmas parties. So those two things really said, hey, Uche, everybody laughed at you. Nobody understood. When I tried to ask a couple guys to put in on it, they were like, oh, it's not what we think it is. And now, like, it's just me. So I'm doing great.
So you got to sit back and, you got to sit back, hustle, and finally get to see the experience and the culture that you were wanting to set up. You got to see that in action. And
with strangers, not just my friends. Because originally, at a point I was like, hey guys, you guys have to stop supporting because I just feel like you're giving me money. This is like people I've never met before. They're having a great experience. That was just, it took me over.
that's like what Gibson says right here. He says the best part of the cigar life is getting to meet new people and getting to know them. And it's one of this one thing right here. The one thing that we enjoy so much is like no other thing. We can all get behind this rolled up dead plant, and we go in meeting strangers and walk out with a new buddy. We got a new best friend. We got somebody that we connected with. And it was somebody that if we walked and saw them in Walmart or at the mall, we would have never said hi, but we sat down next to them and just started a conversation over a nice, good smoke. So that's pretty awesome. So go ahead, Mick.
No, I was just going to say, you keep stealing my stuff, and there's a lot of geese tonight, so just keep going, man. It's freaking great. It's everything. I'm going to say that, and then we're on top of each other, man. I do have one question though before Charles steals this one too. So I want to talk about your band, man. This is kind of my thing. Like I love art and I love stuff. Your design, your band, your logo. I want to talk about the logo, man. Yeah, I want to hear about that. I mean, obviously, it probably ties into a little bit of your with your dad and your background, or whatever. I would guess, but I need to know a little bit more about it, man.
That's exactly it.
Hold on 1 second. We'll get there.
I'm going too far ahead.
Yeah, we haven't even got into how he started his brand yet, and you're already like, tell me about the ending.
I'd like to hear the end first and work my way backwards.
You need the foreplay first. Come on.
All right, I'll kick back.
Dang it, Bobby.
So
but before you get into that one, my other question on that was I wanted to know what the time that finally let you know that you were on the right path. What is the one time that you with your cigar lounge that you were like, crap, is this the right decision? What was that one time where it was that you were looking at something you were doing, and it was that 100% self-doubt of, did I make that right decision?
I'd probably say last summer. Because last summer, a lot of for the industry, I don't even know if it was just cigars. It was really dry. I had 2 events on the lounge. I had a lot of them out of the lounge. So, but the mobile cigars the lounge was just sitting to the point where I park my mobile cigar lounge right now is a residential area. My cigar lounge was sold. So they told my lounge. I was really discouraged because I'm like, I put all this money into this, and it's not really going where I want it to be. And that was at that point I was like, do I make a business decision to stop using the lounge? Because in the summertime, a lot of people it's free air, so a lot of people like to smoke outside. So at that point, I was like, hey, you know what? It might be time to give up the actual mobile lounge and transition myself into, an outside lounge. So last summer, I was doing a lot of tenant events, tables, just selling cigars, to the point where I listed the cigar lounge. I listed the cigar lounge to sell it because I'm like, hey, you know what? I paid all this money to get it wrapped, and nobody's using it. Everybody loves the idea. Everybody, oh, you know what? I go to what I do is a lot of trade shows and a lot of like open houses because I'm at a couple venues out here. everybody's like, oh, it's great, but nobody was booking me. So it was being very discouraging because I'm like, hey, like, you guys have all of the smiles, you're taking my cards, you're following me on social media, but nobody's booking. So yeah, last summer really was like a place where I'm like, all right, we're in 2024. I started in 2021. Like most businesses don't make it through 3 to 5. I'm now at this 3. What's going on? In addition to that, I was a cigar sales manager for another cigar line. So that was taking up some of my time as well. But yeah, that was the time last year because I was getting no bookings. I mean, I went to 5 different venue open houses. I got 1 booking. They didn't even use the lounge. It was more like a tabletop, cut and light. So last summer I was really at a point like, hey, you know what, man? Like, it's time to get out of the lounge itself and try to do something else. At this point, I'm glad I didn't. And like I told you, I acquired another lounge at the end of the summer just off the whim because it was a great price. So I'm glad I didn't. And I still, anytime I tell anybody about it or I show it, I still see the happiness and the excitement. But just like I wish that more people would book, trying to figure out why it's not booking, you know?
Well, hopefully, with people watching this, and if they're in your area, they can start, getting your information out there and start booking it. And one thing I absolutely love is the perseverance and dedication that you had and believed in, the product that you were trying to sell, and you kept with it because obviously, with the story that you just had about, stepping back and watching these people come in and realizing that you've got a product that people in your area need. Hats off to you that, you stuck with it.
Thank you.
So before we get into the next one and go into what Mick was asking you, guys, if you're on here watching, huge thanks to everybody who is on here watching. We got a big crowd on here. Cigars Unbanded just said, what's up, everybody? Cigars Unbanded, a fantastic show. Go check them out sometime. Check them out on YouTube. But make sure that you guys are hitting the like. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe. Make sure you're putting in the comments hashtag Real Smoke to win some of tonight's prizes, including the cigar that he's holding up right there. So make sure you guys are showing us some love. We would absolutely appreciate it. So Mick's question was about the band, but let's go into how that started. You've got 2 mobile cigar lounges that are now rocking. What made you decide that all of a sudden I'm selling everybody else's cigars? Damn, so I need a cigar.
So that's exactly what's happening. So, the good thing about the mobile cigar lounge is, after I end up paying for the lounges, there's not really much overhead costs. The overhead is really gas, personnel, and cigars. So, I told you I was a sales rep for Uptop Cigars, so I was selling their cigars. And it's like every event that I had, I'm buying these other cigars, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You have a mobile cigar lounge. Like, you need your own cigar because it doesn't make sense to only have everybody else's cigar and not have anything for your own. Any cigar lounge you go into, they have a house stick. And tapping into the other company, I was making these contracts at all of these cigar lounges, and the issue with Dapper Cigar Lounge was I'm emailing and I'm going in with a Dapper Cigar Lounge, a whole nother lounge. So it was kind of like some people wouldn't even accommodate me because I was called Dapper Cigar Lounge. So at that point, I'm like, hey, you know what? I need a cigar. I have a good relationship. I have a good farm. I know exactly how his stuff is going. Reverse back. In 2022, I had a bad. So I had a good year. Then 2022, I was having like an okay year, and I was like, what can I do in my lounge that's gonna set me apart? So I started reaching out to cigar rollers in the area. So that's how I actually got linked up with Uptop. The owner of Uptop, he's like, hey, you know what? I'll teach you how to roll. So he's like, you just gotta order your tobacco from Connecticut, So he told me which ones to order. Like for a couple nights of a week, I would just go to his house. He would, because he was a certified roller in the DMV area. Everybody wanted to have him at parties. So he taught me how to roll my cigars. So I was rolling with him for a little while. So that's where I actually started to really get the love of the leaf and the binder and the filler, how it feels, how it smells, how it looks from rolling. So I started, setting up little rolling events, but I didn't feel like I was like a professional. So like I would only do rolling like here and there if somebody wanted it as an add-on. I definitely didn't put it on my website, didn't put my IG like I'm a master roller. And then somebody's like, you know what? They actually thought I was the owner of the other cigar brand. And I'm like, wait, if I'm pouring so much passion into a cigar, I already have the clientele, I already have the business. It doesn't make sense for me to be paying, the fees that I was paying for the cigars. So that's when I was like, hey, you know what? Let's try something else. You roll, you have the mobile cigar lounges. You need to have a cigar that goes with your brand. Dapper Cigar Lounges, the Dapper guy, people come to smoke, you can come however you want, all things like that. I was like, I need something that ties totally in to me. So that's where Tribal Trilogy came in at, because, again, I told you my dad's Nigerian, my mom's Jamaican, my dad's tribe left the Igbo and made their own tribe. So guess what? It's pretty much my story. So that's how it all evolved. Getting into the band that you were saying, so the first one, which is the Okoma with the mask, I had to start strong. So I wanted a mask that represented my dad's village, but I also wanted, somebody had told me in the past, like, your band, like, you take the band off of some cigars, you put all the cigars down, they the same, they look the same, they don't smoke the same, they look the same. I needed something that was going to grab your attention one way or another. It took me a good 5 to 6 months to come up with the mask concept. I went through a lot of masks, but then I'm like, this mask has to be strong, it has to be nice looking, and in my dad's tribe, like, they have warriors and things like that. So that's where I pulled out the warrior at. And then I'm like, hey, like, anybody can identify with being a warrior. Anybody can identify with the mask. Coming out of COVID, of course, we all wear masks. So that's how I came up with this. And then, like, the color scheme, I was just black, gold, royalty. That's how the black and gold came about. And then I just pivoted from there. Then the second one, which is the Ubodu. I think you can see that one. So that one is actually a prince, because of course in Nigeria, princes, kings, chiefs, they're really big. So if I was gonna have the warrior who is sitting out here setting out the fight and bringing the wins in, I now need a prince of my line. So that's where that one came about. And then you see the royalty, and then the necklace that actually the prince is wearing, that's actually our tribal. They're like these, it's like stone, like stone that when you put it under, it's like, yeah, when they put it under fire, it changes the color of the stone. So again, that cigars, burning cigars, that all tied together. So I wanted a cigar, I wanted a band, I wanted something where, like, when you Google the names, it then takes you on a whole different track of, hey, like, this guy has a Nigerian name. Oh, this is a Nigerian cigar. Oh, like, oh, Nigerian, like, it really has something going along with it. So if you never smoke it again, or even if you never smoked it and you just looked it up, now my dad's small tribe that nobody knows about, that they make a mistake and think I'm from another tribe, you now have been a little bit more educated about where I'm from. So again, I felt like that's what I needed to do, because I wanted this cigar to be me, just like, the Cubans, the Nicaraguans, the Dominicans, like, that's their thing. But now I've tied my culture into the cigar world.
Man, that's amazing. Yeah, that is why we do this show. We say it all the time, man. Like we love hearing those backstories of where things came from and why it means so much to you, man. Because that honestly, it's you became part of our family tonight, whether you like it or not. And
Sure.
we and then like if you ever need something, if you're trying to promote an event or something new coming out, just let us know, man. We'll be happy to
Thanks
help
a
you
lot.
out where we can. But this is exactly why we do this show, man, is to find out stuff like that. And hopefully bring somebody new to your brand and something that we're we love that stuff, man.
Appreciate you.
So let's talk about the other cigar. We have this one right here, the mild to medium cigar.
Yeah, so the mild to medium.
The
That's this what
Abaji.
the water.
The Abaji.
Oh, the Abachi.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
what we're
Abachi-
smoking tonight. Yep.
So the Abachi it's Habano wrapper. It is Mexican and Nicaraguan filler and some binder. So what happened with that one was I had the 3 and I wanted to actually have like how like the brands have like the exclusive come out. So that one I developed just as a tester so people could try it out. So the name of Bachi is actually beautiful because like the binder when I think it's just again I look at it as pure beauty. So that's how that one came about. That was the 4th cigar. And I wanted to try it out because I originally that's how the trilogy came about. I wanted only 3 cigars. But all of my cigars are 6 inches Toros, and I wanted a Robusto. So that one is like in between. That one's like in between the Obodo and the Ukoma. So like somebody who wants to like smoke all day, but they want like a boost of flavor. So that's where I came up with that one. And again, that one has the band of the Prince because it's on the Prince line. The Warrior is the starter, which is the one we're smoking, the Abaji, and then the Ukoma. So I had 2 Princes in there.
So this is the only torpedo you have as well, right?
This is the only torpedo. Yep.
Right.
I will say this is the one we're smoking tonight. Charles reviews his the day before. I should too, so I can pay more attention instead of writing shit down. But I always do mine the night of the show. It's just kind of my thing. But I'll say it's a little bit lighter than I usually am used to smoking. However, the transitions on it are pretty amazing. Like it actually has some changes throughout, which is something I look for in a cigar.
And that was what I was looking for. I didn't want a flat cigar. Again, because like you said, I've been on 2 shows where, like the last show I was on, the guys like, you said a mild cigar to people who smoke nothing but bold, and I'm like, well, I gave it to you because I need your true recommendations. I need to know how you really feel because this is different than what you would normally smoke. Would you pick up this cigar when you went into a shop? Probably not.
Probably
But
not.
you may pick it up again because you're like, hey, you know what? Like you said, the transitions are there. And when I'm selling a cigar, I tell people like, although it's my mildest, you're gonna get some spice, you're gonna get some almond, you're gonna get some cinnamon. You can smoke it in the day, you can smoke it in the night. That's kind of what I was going for. I was going for something where even if I give this to you one time and you're like, hey, you know what? I enjoyed that. I won't smoke it again, but you enjoyed the cigar. You now became part of the tribe. The hashtag is choose your tribe. Like you said, we're all friends now. Like without you trying this stick and without me sending it, you probably like, hey, don't even bother me with that stick. But I'm so glad that it could make it to Tennessee and you guys are enjoying it.
Hell yeah, man! I probably you're probably right. I probably would have overlooked this stick because I usually look at the wrapper. I try to. I'm usually at least a Habano, if not a Maduro. I'm looking for that darker, deeper wrapper. I probably would overlook a cigar in a lounge, and it has enough flavor changes in it to keep me interested, and it's something I would smoke again.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I will say that we finally got that storm that's rolling in. So it is pounding us
That sounds crazy.
horrific right now. So it's going to get a little bit loud. So I will keep myself muted. So you have, let recap really quickly. You have 3-core line, correct?
Yes.
The 3-core line are what?
So this is the Abaji. So that's the torpedo. So that's the Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan filler and binder Puro. Then the Bodu, which is the medium. So another Toro. So this is a fully Puro as well, all Nicaraguan Habano wrapper. The difference between this one and the other one is some of the leaf that's in a stilly is over there by lava, volcanoes. So the leaf is grown close to the volcano, so it gives it a little bit of extra spice to it. And then this is a rosado wrapper instead of the Claro. Then you have the horsetail, which is the Acoma. So fully Nicaraguan with the San Andreas wrapper. That's where we get the Maduro, the leathery, the spice from here. And I chose
And
not to. Yep. And then I have I don't have it with me, but I have the Omaleche, which is the Habano with the Mexican filler inside. So that's
Very
my
nice.
medium.
So go back into you started picking out the cigars that you wanted. How did you figure out the factory that you wanted to go to? How did you end up figuring out where you wanted to get your cigars made?
So with the other company I was with, we were with the farm is called Gomez Cigars. He's made a number of cigars for a couple companies that I smoke, and he has a whole lot. I don't know the line. Somebody asked me before, but he has a whole lot of cigars that go into Canada and India. He hasn't hit America yet. But when I did a virtual tour of the farm, we went through the soil, we went through the tobacco, and I got to meet his staff. So his dad actually has his own farm as well. So they've been in business for over 60 years. So with me learning how to roll, I knew the leaf that I wanted. I knew the filler and the binder, and I tried it myself at home. Of course, my cigars weren't as pretty as his, but I already knew exactly what I wanted in the blend. I just needed him to send me and let me try them out and make sure they were what I needed. The consistency of the cigars, the construction on every cigar that I've smoked with my company and the other two companies I know came out of there. That's how I knew it was the right one. I told you again, I was a Drew Estate smoker in the past. And you have some farms that are in Nicaragua, but you don't know where they are. Like this farm is right in the Stili. This is the tobacco capital of Nicaragua. And the relationship that I already had with him, I knew that was where I wanted to be. And that's how I ended up, sticking with Gomez Farms.
That's awesome that you had that relationship that you knew what you wanted going in. You just had to find the right person to put it all together for you and produce something that's consistent, to put your name on. So I had one more question on my list. I read, hang on, let me make sure I get this right here. All right, so I read that you're a member of the Black Golf Club, and that you didn't even golf at the time. You were a member or a vendor turned member. So tell me about that a little bit.
So that's absolutely right. So in about 4 years ago, I said I wanted to learn how to golf. Somebody gifted me brand new pair of golf clubs. I sat on those golf clubs I had one lesson, and then I sat on the golf. Never actually used those golf clubs. I had a lesson with the other one. So I sat on the golf clubs for like 3 years. So last year, like I told you, like golfing tournaments were everything that I was doing. Every week I had 1 or 2 golf tournaments. If it wasn't me, it was Dory doing the golf tournament. If it wasn't her, it was one of my other partners. And I'm like, you have to learn how to golf. Like, I'm getting invited to tournaments. I don't know how to golf whatsoever. And I'm like, the same vibe that I see happens with cigars happens with golf. So I was like, hey, you know what? Like, of course, I'm trying to sell my cigar, put my cigar in everybody's hands that golfs. So I need to learn how to golf. So that's how this year I had the opportunity. I had did an event for Black Golf Club because they've been established since 2023. But last year they were doing like a mixer. Knew nothing about them. And I did their event. It intrigued me. I ended up being a sponsor for their club. And then I was like, hey, like, well, if you're a sponsor and you're going to be out at all these events, you might as well, you know, be a member. So I ended up being a founding member, and in turn, you know, that golf club, you know, it's for new golfers. So, you know, we're out there. It's a social networking thing too. So it's for new golfers. So it's not people are going to be out there like making fun of your swing. We have little clinics every other week, learning how from chipping to, I didn't even, you know, I wanted to know how to pick up a golf club. What golf club is there? And that's exactly what this thing is doing. In addition to, with it being novice golfers, you got some professionals out there too, but same way with the cigars. It's like, I'm trying to use this as a business venture as well. It's like, hey, you know what? Go ahead and try the Ubaji because it's not a bold stick and it's a good golfing stick. Like, you can smoke on this stick, put it down, pick it back up, light it, and be okay. So I looked at it as twofold: learning, meeting new people, being social, and actually tying both of them together. Because I mean, like I said, like this guy told me, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Like, most people can't be out there without a cigar, you know.
That's what I was just gonna say, man. That's it sounds like a great business venture that you can tie the two together, because I don't see one without the other personally. I mean, I'm not a great golfer. I do it maybe once or twice a year. I like to drive around the cart and drink beer and have cigars. Like, literally, that's my thing. And occasionally hit a ball that makes me feel decent about myself. But that's a great venture, man. And it sounds like you're again, there's that entrepreneur, man. It sounds like you're tying the two together and doing your thing. That's phenomenal, brother. So, Charles, you want to try to get in there in the storm? He's getting rained out over there, so it's I'm trying to carry things here, but I'm trying not to fuck up the show too much because he usually leads stuff. So I guess we're kind of getting towards the end of what we usually ask. Would you we do our hot box questions, which might be interesting with Charles getting rained out. We'd like to ask, would you like to play our hot? It's 10 rapid fire questions that we just have fun with, and we prefer you don't say pass, but I mean it's just some fun, lighthearted stuff that we like to end the interview with, and then after that we'll give you a chance to kind of tell everybody where to find you and all that. But would you like to play hot box questions?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
All right, cool. I believe
all right. So yeah, I am dying over here in the rain, so it's extremely loud. So before we jump into Hotbox Questions, we got to thank the people who sponsor Hotbox Questions, and that's Beard Apothecary.
Hey guys, listen up. Give your beard the VIP treatment it deserves with Beard Apothecary. They are a small business on a big mission, crafting top-tier beard care products made by hand in small batches for ultimate freshness and care. A healthy, well-groomed beard isn't just a look, it's a lifestyle. That's why they use only the finest premium butters and oils to deeply nourish your beard and skin. No more dryness, irritation, or those dreaded split ends. Your beard will be living its best life, soft, manageable, and downright irresistible. At Beard Apothecary, they believe in the power of natural ingredients and serious pampering. Why settle for basic when your beard can be freaking legendary? Check them out at beardapothecary.com or on Instagram at beard_apothecary. Your beard will thank you.
Man, I should have tried that before I just cut my beard off because it was patchy.
Oh man. If you decide to grow it back, it's not because they sponsor our show. It's one of our brothers from our cigar club. It's all natural ingredients, like it said in the thing, man. And it's by far the best beard product I've ever used. I've had a beard for the last 8 years, and it's everything I've ever used, man. It's not even close. It's the best stuff out there.
Okay.
So,
yeah, it's 100% amazing stuff. So huge thanks to everybody over at Beard Apothecary. But Mick always starts us out with all of our questions. So Mick, jump in. Hotbox question number 1. And this is fitting because in an interview that Uche did was, somebody, I think it was his fiance, described him as somebody who actually hot boxes cigars. He smokes through them like there's no other. So this fits right up his alley. So yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that.
I will say the guy beside me, my buddy Devin here, he is on his second full-size cigar, and there's this much left, and we've only been going for like an hour and 20 minutes. That's insane. But anyway, all right, question number 1. This is a little bit of a weird one, but I like to start it off weirdly. What is your least favorite sound?
You said my least favorite sound?
Yes, sir.
My least favorite sound. Crickets,
I'll give you
man.
Crickets? You hate crickets?
I hate crickets.
Okay, we have not got that one yet. I like it. All right, cool.
All right, so question number 2. Fill in the blank for me. Cigars is all about what?
Cigars is all about conversations. You can get a good conversation from a cigar that you might not get any other way.
Yeah, we say it every time, man. It brings people together, and it's the great equalizer. It's what we love about this industry, man. It's amazing. All right, brother. So what is your favorite band or artist musically? What is your favorite band or artist?
Chris Brown.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I'm a dancer myself. And he really knows how to put on a show.
All right, so question number 4. What is your favorite guilty pleasure?
My favorite guilty pleasure. Whatchamacallits, man. Like the little whatchamacallit chocolate bars. Like I've always been in those things. I love those things.
That's why we love this, man. You always get something, you're like, yeah, I can see that. Hell yeah. All right, so here's the one that got me bitched at by a bunch of people. So you can yell at me too. Is cereal a soup?
No. You no.
But it's protein in a liquid, man. I don't know. I keep trying to sell it every week, but it's all right. It's all right. You're good.
At the end of the day, it's soup, but no, I can't.
I'll take it. I heard a yes in there somewhere.
All right, so question number 6. What is the one thing in life that you are the most proud of?
My pharmacy degree. I'm very proud that, despite, failing a couple exams and not getting to the first school I wanted to, I'm definitely proud of becoming a pharmacist.
Yeah, it's something to be proud of, man. Not everybody can make it through that. So,
Thank you.
this is a little bit off too, but this is what we do. If you could choose a superpower, what would it be and why?
If I could choose a superpower, I would like to teleport, but backwards in time. I'd like to be able to go back, tell myself a couple things, tell some other people some couple things. Yeah, like the guy on was it League of Extraordinary? I can't remember the show, but the little kid who kind of travels back in time and comes back. That's my superpower.
That one's awesome. So my question number 8 is always one that I leave up. I don't ever write one. I let the podcast decide what I'm going to ask. And so this one, since you had your wonderful fiance on here, since being together with your fiance, and this is one time that you get to suck up, what is the one memorable experience that you've had that will always stick with you since you've been with her?
One memorable so I might embarrass her, but the most fun experience, we went canoeing in Antigua. That was a very fun experience because she was seeing sharks and there were no sharks. So that's something where we did an experience together. But it's so funny when I think back to it. But it was a really memorable moment because we enjoyed ourselves, and that was the first time she was out of the country. So I'd say that would be my most memorable. It was a shadow, by the way. It wasn't a shark.
That's amazing. I saw Dory put on their food smacking. I imagine that was the least favorite sound one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah. That my daughter would agree, and I may be, especially when I'm drinking, I may do that occasionally. So people want to hit me. All right, so this is my last question of the night, and it's always a fun one. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Historical figure dinner. Wow. Let me think. Historical figure dinner. Oh, you said dead or alive. So it would probably be you know what? It would probably be Nelson Mandela. And I'd like to know like how he like survived in jail and came out and still was like a cool dude, you know, like and being the president of a country that he was. I think Nelson Mandela. He brought a lot of.
That would be amazing. You would have stories for a lifetime on that one, brother. That's amazing. That's a good one.
All right, so question number 10. What is the best piece of advice you have ever been given?
Best piece of advice that I've ever been given. This is gonna be corny, but I'm gonna shout out my dad. My dad just told me never to give up. There's been so many different times in life that, you know, setbacks that I think I would have quit. And then I had to think back to my dad, who was a foreigner, who, you know, came and left his family at 15, and just came out to be a great dad. So I would say him telling me never to give up, because I've definitely been times where I've had major setbacks. Like I said, I mean, I didn't get into pharmacy school originally. My principal told me that I shouldn't be a pharmacist, I should be a comedian. So there's been a lot of times where it's like, hey, you know what? Just like I told you with the business, to give up. So with him telling me not to give up, I think I always keep that in the back of my mind, and never give up when it's time to throw in the towel.
Man, there's nothing corny about that. That's absolutely amazing. Like, honestly, it's what you need sometimes. Just that one little voice in the back of your head, man. So that's awesome.
So I will say that we had a question from Shadark. And I know it's Card Shark, but I like Shadark. Is hot dog a sandwich?
It's protein in bread.
It doesn't start out a sandwich, but it's definitely a sandwich when you throw on the, you know, the chili, the cheese, the relish, and all that jazz. So and honestly, you know, hot dogs were sandwiches in my house because we ate it on bread. We didn't have hot dog roast, so it was a sandwich.
In my family, we still eat it on bread.
Toast a little cheese on the bottom, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess since Charles is getting rained out here, we like I said, we like to give you the floor. And man, it's awesome interview. I hope you had as much fun as we did learning and just having fun. Obviously, we learning about your brand, but hopefully we get your brand out to some people, man. We love what you're doing. We love your your motivation and your passion for what you're doing. But tell everybody where they can find you, and where they can book your lounge. Any information you want to get out to everybody, just put it out here, man, and they'll find it on YouTube or somewhere.
Awesome. Can I do no veins?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Right, Charles.
Right.
I think put everything out.
Bro, just anything that you want people to know about you, let rip, man.
For sure. So, Cigar Lounge, in the DMV area, Mobile Cigar Lounge. My website is dappercigarlounge.com. That's where you can book, ask any questions. You can find all of my cigars on there. You just go into the cigar tab. I have onesies, 5-packs, 3-packs, boxes. We have merch, as you can see. We got a hat that I'm actually going to throw into their hatathon. There's the Tribal Trilogy on here. And on the back, our hashtag is Choose Your Tribe. because we do have the cigars, and I want you to choose the tribe that you want to be a part of. Our Facebook handle is Dapper Cigar Lounge. On Instagram, Dapper Cigar Lounge is lounge and cigar. Our cigar is tribal underscore trilogy underscore by underscore DC for Dapper Cigars, of course. That so you can inbox me if you want some cigars. If you mention this show, I'll give you 15% off. So make sure you inbox me. I haven't put a hashtag up, but I'll send you guys a hash to put on your all your tags. It'll probably be like
Hell yeah.
hashtag. What was the other one you guys were using in the other stuff? Like
Real Smoke.
new. All right.
Real Smoke.
All right. So I'm gonna use that as a hashtag. 15% off anything.
Awesome,
You can
man.
find our
Thank you.
cigars there. Thank you. So our cigars are at Black Box, blackbox.com. No, I'm sorry, blackboxcigarclub.com. You can get all of the cigars there. They have all four online. We have Wolfpack cigars. They have the Ubaji and the Coma. If you're local, we're in Invictus, which is in Waldorf. Invictus Cigars 2, that's in Waldorf. We are in La O Mills, which is Northern Virginia, so that'd be like the Alexandria area. If you go down a little bit further, we are in Stafford Tobacco. That's off of Jefferson Davis Highway. We're also in Smoke and Mirrors, which is in Fredericksburg, Maryland, not the one in DC, but we're in Smoke and Mirrors in Fredericksburg. We are also in Orleans After Dark. That's in Fredericksburg as well. We are in a place called Mr. C Cigars. That's Luxby, Maryland. So that's like Solomon's Island area. Those are all of the storefronts that we're in right now. We're trying to tap into a few other places. I have a cut and light at Dog Cigars on June 21st. So if you're in like I guess that's like the Richmond area, please come see me. I'll be out there from 4 to 8 on June 21st. That's a Saturday. Come one, come all. Again, you can find us all places. For the mobile cigar lounge, we have two of them. I have one that seats 9. That's inside. That's 9 theater style seats, 2 TVs, surround sound, music, and the works. That comes with your own choice of our cigars and a complimentary bottle of whiskey, bourbon, rum, wine, beer, whatever you drink, water, sparkling, cider. And then and the world's your oyster. If you want an outside event, we have outside events. That one can go from 9 to 3-4 tents. Then I have a bigger lounge, which is seats 15. That one has one big screen TV. Actually, I'll give you a twirl. One big screen TV in here, benches, and then so that's where I shot from today. And then we also create the lounge experience on the outside as well with the theater style seats that you saw. So bookings, this is at both lounges. Basically anywhere the wheels can go, we go. We've been as far north as Manhattan, New York, and as far south as Charleston, South Carolina. So I mean, if you guys are in Tennessee and you guys want me there, I can come. I think it's like 35 cents per mile outside of my 50-mile radius. But I mean, nobody's down there doing it. It's definitely something. Or if there's any events that's coming up, any cigar weeks or something like that, we can come on down and be a vendor. I definitely am trying to expand my reach across the whole nation. So please follow us. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I had a great time. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Are you going to be at the cigar event in Charleston this year?
Oh, so we missed out on that one. So my cigars there, but it was a conflict of time. But the Ubaji, I sent them a rack of Ubajis down there. So the VIP and the bag should be stuffed with our cigars. So anybody going to that event should be able to try our cigar.
Well, I just want to say that I absolutely appreciate that you took the time to jump on here, and I hope you, like Mick said, I hope you had a good time because we had a great time with you. And anytime that we always tell everybody who jumps on here, if you're sharing something on your Instagram and you want us to share it for you, all you got to do is collaborate with us. We will share it right away. It doesn't care if it's 200 different brands trying to collaborate with us. We're still going to try to share your stuff because you showed us, grace and honor and jumped on here with us. So, from here on out, we're going to do the same for you. And if you have anything that you're wanting to get out there, you've got something new, a different size or anything like that you're trying to push out there to everybody, or if you've got new swag or you got a new trailer that you're bringing in, hit us up and we'll try to get you on here, even if it's just for a little bit. And we'll try to help push your information out there to everybody else. So I just want to thank you very much for being on here. Absolutely appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. I'm honored to be here, and I definitely love your following. I love y'all vibe, and I'm glad that you guys had me on today, man.
Yeah, man. We our reach grows. It seems like every day. We just try to and we're not doing this for ourselves. We want people to learn about our guests and the people we have on, man. And you're like I said, you're part of that family now. And anything you need in the future, just let us know, brother. But we got.
Thanks a lot. Likewise. Thank you.
Oh, you're muted, I think, Charles.
Yeah. We appreciate the fact that you threw in something for the prize pack, and we'll get that information for the people on there. And again, thank you so much for jumping on here. We'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening.
For sure. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. And stay safe out there.
Take it easy, brother.
Hey, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. He's back on here. All right. So just like that, episode 31 with our guest, Uche Obua.
Yeah.
I love that
Thank
name.
God you're not making me say that every time. I love it, too. It's amazing.
It's a super cool name. But we do have a couple things left to do. We do have a cigar review to do. We do have our brothers over at Cigar Army who's going to jump in here and tell us some awesome information about what they've got going on. And then we got some prizes to give away. We do know that we've had a lot of new names jump on here. Yep. I've been flashing those up there. Guys, if you're new to the podcast, make sure that you hit the like, help us get those numbers up. Post comments. I'm trying to flash those up there. Here in a little bit, we'll answer some of the comments if any of you guys got on there. But the next thing that we need to do is get this cigar review out of the way, and then we need to bring on our brothers from Cigar Army. So before we start that one, the cigar review is sponsored by none other than our brothers over at Cigar Army.
Tonight's cigar review is proudly sponsored by Cigar Army. The Cigar Army is a community brought together by their shared love of cigars, but bonded by something much deeper, their mission to give back to those in need. Through Operation Give Back, they honor the courage and dedication of our military and first responders, both active and retired. Their bravery and selflessness make the freedoms we enjoy possible, including this very moment to sit here, share a cigar, and connect with our Real Smoke audience. Every puff carries a story. Every draw is a tribute to their sacrifices. This isn't just about cigars, it's about gratitude, about compassion, and about giving back to the heroes who shaped our lives. Join them in the mission to make a difference, one cigar at a time. Check them out on Instagram at Cigar Army 3 or search Cigar Army on Facebook. Together, we can turn our passion into purpose.
And a big thanks to everybody over at Cigar Army. Guys, without you guys, we are not doing what we're doing, and we appreciate you tremendously.
Absolutely.
Cigar review time. We know that you start everything off. So tonight we are reviewing the Obagi from Tribal Trilogy. Mick, let her rip.
All right. So aroma from the body. I got light hay and barnyard and a natural tobacco sweetness. Aroma from the foot. I got light hay and barnyard again and a touch of cocoa. Taste from the cold draw, barnyard, raisin. First third, I got oak, cocoa, a little bit of earth, coffee towards the end. The transition is what I enjoyed on this. It was it actually switched over quite a bit and that kept you guessing the whole way through. Towards the end of the first third, the strength started picking up a little bit. It was decent there. Did have a little bit of a wavy burn. Had a couple touch-ups. The retro, I got black pepper and coffee with cream. Second, third, coffee, spice, a little bit of mocha, probably that chocolate in there, a touch of cinnamon, and black pepper on the retro, coffee, and the leather started to kick in the second, third. Final third notes, I got cream, coffee, a little bit of floral, some almond, some bready toast finish. The notes turned a little bit bready towards the end. It was definitely my favorite third, the final third. It definitely picked up in that flavor and kicked it up a notch. It was good. The retro on that was leather, and still a touch of coffee remained on that. My pre-light experience, gave it an 18 out of 20. Definitely a nice looking stick. I enjoyed Torpedo. The band was beautiful. The wrapper was pretty nice looking on it too. Like I said, a little lighter than I usually would reach for, but I enjoyed it. Flavor enjoyment, 13 out of 15. Construction characteristics, 25 out of 30. Smoke production and final thoughts, 30 out of 35. I gave it an 86.
So you gave it an 86. Let me put that in there really quick. Sorry about that. All righty. So mine really quickly. Got to move all these books out of the way. It sucks being the one that does this sometimes. Aroma off the body. I got a smoky hickory smell to it. Tobacco. Aroma off the foot. Tobacco prune. Musty note. Taste off the cold draw. Sweet tobacco. I didn't get much off the cold draw. First third notes on the light. Bready. Slight earth. Honey. Retro is creamy. Slight spice. Into the first third notes up front is a bready note. Almond. And a slight honey sweetness. Retro is cream, nutty, and a slight baking spice. Draw is good. Burn goes wavy, but corrects itself. Ash is flaky, but holds almost the entire third. Smoke is thick and leaves a short and slightly sweet finish, mild in strength. Into the second third, notes up front is coffee, almond, slight sweetness. Retro is coffee, floral, cream with a slight spice. The draw is good. Burn is wavy, but corrects like before. Ash is the same. Smoke is still thick and finish is short, medium in strength. In the final third, notes have mellowed out quite a bit. I like the second third a whole lot more than the final third. I was not really a fan of the final third. Up front, I get coffee followed by a nutty, woody note. Retro is coffee, slight floral, nuts. Smoke is good. Burn is the best it's been. Finish is short. Ash still holds about the same. Strength is a medium. Pre-light experience, I gave it an 18 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I gave it 12 out of 15. Good across the board. Smoke construction and characteristics. Construction, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Draw, I gave it a 10 out of 10. Great draw. Burn was a 9 out of 10. Only it worried me, but then every time I thought I was going to get worried, it corrected itself and became a good burning cigar. Smoke production, final thoughts. I gave smoke production and texture a 5 out of 5. Overall experience a 15 out of 20. Would I smoke it again? Yeah, I would add it to my rotation. An 8 out of 10 gives me an 85 out of 100. You gave it an 86. I gave it an 85. That brings the average score up to an 85.5. We give the decision to the runner on this one, so it goes to an 86. The Obagi from Tribal Trilogy Cigars gets an 86 from the Real Smoke podcast. So awesome. Congratulations. Good job. Enjoyed the cigar. If you go into this, to me, this would be a Devon cigar. It was a whole lot of cream. It was a whole lot of nutty, creamy and nutty. It is a Devon cigar all the way. I would love to let him smoke one and let him try it out.
He did tonight.
He did.
I had two of them. He enjoyed it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he enjoyed it. So it is 100% a Devi cigar. So
it is
awesome. So let me do this. We did say that we had a special guest or two guests jump on here, and really quickly, let's see. Maybe you should include scoring for ability to pronounce the name of the cigar and the name of the brand. If we
Rob?
did that one, the scores would drop drastically.
Every week,
Frank
Rob.
says, "Go Mets." What do we say about the
whatever.
Mets? Nah.
Eh,
Let's see. Good point, Rob.
wow.
Rob leaves us miscommunication people alone. Leave us
Thank you,
miscommunication
Frank. Now we're
people
back
alone.
on board. Now we're back on board.
There we
All
go.
right.
Guys, there's still a lot of you on here. Make sure that you do hit the like, subscribe, and all that wonderful stuff. As Josephus would say, do the YouTube shit. Do that for us. Help us out. Help the algorithm do the thing. So we do have our brothers over at Cigar Army that would like to make a couple of announcements. So let's go ahead and bring them on and let them introduce themselves. So coming to the stage is Cigar Army, coming live from the Pug Studio.
Hells yeah.
Evening, guys.
So,
What's up, boys?
what's up? What's up, guys?
What's happening, fellas? Can you hear us okay?
We hear you loud and clear.
Good. So we're live from Honjo's place, by the way, but go ahead, Scoop, take it away, brother.
Well, thanks for having us. And
Do us a favor. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody and let everybody know who you are and what you got going on and what the club is.
well, I'm Coop, and we have Pugs.
I am Pugs. Frank couldn't be here tonight, but Frank's talking shit about the Mets on the side. So, Charles, it's been a minute. I just want to say, how are you, brother? And Mick, it's nice to meet you as well, since I don't think we've met before.
Yeah.
Pugs, it's been way too long. Known
It
you
has,
forever and love the fact that you guys are a part of us and love that the podcast is reconnecting, us again. So good to see you, brother.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to see you doing good things, man. We're actually great things, so I'm happy for you. I really am.
Yeah, we appreciate what you guys do for the show, man, and we're happy to. I mean, it's like that brotherhood, man. Like we love what you guys do, and we talk to Frank a lot, being on our HERF and stuff, and I just know that you guys are doing the right thing for the right reasons, and that's really what we're all about, man. So for us to be able to connect as a show with you guys and hopefully promote what you're doing, that's what it's all about, man.
Appreciate that.
All right, bro.
Thanks. So for the viewers that don't know what Cigar Army is, we are a club that we have put together where we raise money by fundraising, raffles, and such to help organizations that help our veterans, active military, law enforcement, first responders, and things of that nature. We have a great core of members that within the first 2 years of being a club, the first year together, we raised close to almost $7,000 for different charities and organizations. We actually helped one veteran take care of some medical bills that he was having some problems with. We helped Tunnels for Towers, K9s for Veterans.
Yep.
The big finale we did to top off our year is that we did a great big huge fundraiser for Toys for Tots.
And last year, that was one of the things that you guys told us before you even decided to, be a part of the podcast. You guys told us that you guys had this thing going on with Toys for Tots, and we picked it up and was like, we would love to help, get the information out about that one. So it was our honor to be able to, to be a small part of what we did. And I do mean a small part, because literally all we did was post the information on here. It was everybody out there who, did the big part. It was you guys that did the big part. They donated and you guys ran it. So we're honored to be a part of the little part that we could be.
Well, we're honored to have you supporting us in the club. It's great. And, when Frank, Pugs, and myself decided we were going to do this, we couldn't be as far as we are now without the core members that we have.
Exactly.
We have a great supporting cast between guys doing recruiting for us, donating for us, advertising for us. We got a bunch of great guys in the cigar world, and that's what the cigar world is about. It's about family coming together and doing the right thing for people who did the right thing for us.
Plus the work they put in. I mean, all the effort that they put in, helping behind the scenes is stuff that not a lot of people see, and so speaking for just to touch real quick on Toys for Tots, we just took a really huge step this year, which was unexpected, but is great for the club and great for Toys for Tots. They officially recognized us as a corporate sponsor. So if you visit the Toys for Tots corporate sponsor page, you will see Cigar Army. You'll see our logo there. And so we are officially connected with them. We met this guy, Ted, through Frank. Frank actually reached out to him, and that's where the connection started. And when he saw what we did for them and what we were doing, we actually made the official connection. So that's one of the things that we wanted to announce, is that we are officially a corporate sponsor now of Toys for Tots. So any fundraising and any events that we do going forward in the future, they are tax deductible and the whole nine. It's legit, because we are now connected with them. So that is a huge step for us in the right direction going forward. So we just want to thank Ted and Toys for Tots for accepting us into their family, actually. So
that's amazing. You guys make it so easy to donate to something like that, because we know it's the right people trying to do the right thing to give back, and you guys make it so easy for everybody. Like last year, it wasn't even as soon as you guys announced that you were doing that, I'm like, yep, how many am I buying? You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. And but anything you guys are promoting, obviously we're promoting too, man, because we know you're doing it for the right reasons. You're right. It's a way to give back, but it brings people together in the meantime, and it's just an amazing way to bring it together.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We're very proud of where the club has come to this point in time. And moving forward with another announcement, Cigar Army has been talking to Sanj Patel, and with him joining forces with us for this event, we are going to be having a fundraiser event at his shop. The date will be given very soon. We're finalizing some things. And we'll let everybody know when the tickets go on sale for this. And of course, proceeds will go for Toys for Tots. So that's going to be a huge thing for us. We can't wait to announce that. We can't wait to announce all the details that we've been planning for that event. We're hoping it's not set in stone. We're hoping maybe towards the end of July. Like I said, we're working with Sanj. We're finalizing some things. And if you know Sanj, a great guy, always giving to charities, community, his time, cigars. You couldn't ask for a better person to team up with for an event.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say I've watched shows that Sanj has been on, and it's somebody that I've enjoyed watching. He's got a wealth of knowledge, but he's also somebody who, if he feels that any organization or any group is in need, he is always out there to try to help support them. He's somebody that I would love to get on here and pick his brain, and just you guys know, after watching episodes that we do, we like to go back in time and figure out how these people got started and what they do. We're not about wrapper, binder, filler. We're about history and legacy. And he's got a lot of stories to tell, and he's got an interesting way to tell them.
You would probably need an episode, like a week-long episode of probably five different shows to cover Sanj's whole story. That's for sure.
Well, for me, he's like Pete Johnson. We had to finally tell Pete to, okay, we'll do round 2, because after 3 hours, we're trying to figure out, okay, what do we do now? So,
exactly.
Really briefly, congratulations on everything that you guys got going on. How did you guys get started? I mean, what was the origin story behind Cigar Army?
You want to take it? There's a few different things.
There's a few different things. A few different.
Everybody has their own story about how this got started.
I was sitting down thinking about things one day, and Pugs and I were very, very close, and we
always brainstorm together.
We're always brainstorming together, and then we were watching other clubs do their things, and everyone's part of multiple clubs, and then just started brainstorming. It's just like, what if we had a club that helped the veterans, because there's a few that do it, and they are great clubs, and then we wanted our hand in it. but we wanted to do it our way. We wanted to. It was going to be done by our standards, our rules, and we wanted everyone to enjoy themselves doing it. And we felt the only way we could do that is to start our own club and get a core of guys behind us and just roll with it and see where it takes us. And I couldn't be more happier than where we are right now.
What do you normally do when you're looking to start something up, right? You look to your friends, right? Your closest friends first.
Yeah.
And usually they're like-minded, and your friends for a reason. Just it's not just a cigar and all those kinds of things. So you look to your closest friends first, and there was not one of our friends that we asked that was not 100% in. Everybody was like, guys, we love the friggin' idea. We're in. Just tell us whatever you need to do, and we could go on and name all 30 of our friends, 30 plus of our friends, but they're out there. They know who they are, and we love you guys, and we appreciate all of you guys. So, but every one of them was all in from the get go, and without them being all in, we would not have accomplished anything that we did in our first year. So, and that's how it kind of came to be, and it's just been a steady, slow kind of snowball. It's not like one of those avalanches, but it's just we're happy with the progression we're making, and we don't, it's just we're just letting it develop naturally, and it's working out great so far. And again, thank you to all of our friends for getting behind this, and because we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, we know a lot of your members, obviously, like crossing clubs, like you said. But everybody except for Frank, because he's a Mets fan. But other than that,
100%.
By the way, it's Frank's birthday, baby. So happy birthday to Grumpy.
I do love Frank, man. Happy birthday, buddy. But no, that's awesome. So what else do you guys want to get out here tonight, man? Like we want this to be your spot, man. What do you got?
Besides just get geared up and look forward to the event that we're going to announce with Sanj. We're always looking to grow. You guys do a great job. The intro you guys do to Cigar Review is so passionate, and it could not describe our meaning in our club any better than what it does. And we're looking to grow. If anyone out there is interested, please find us on Instagram, Cigar Army 3, and find us on Facebook. All it takes is answering a few questions and joining the family. And,
so that's where I was going to go with that. People that are watching this that, are interested, do they have to be former military first responder to join? What do they need to do to join? What do they need to do to be active with you guys? How can somebody be a part of the Cigar Army?
Well, that's pretty simple. If you support our military, our first responders, and first responders, as you know, includes everyone from law enforcement to fire to EMT, EMS, the whole nine. If you support any of those groups or all of those groups, and you like you want to support them, then give us a shout, and we want you on board. Obviously, if you don't support any of those particular organizations, then you're not the right fit for us, because that is the main focus of this club. Everything we do is geared towards either supporting an individual or, again, I'm going to give another plug for Toys for Tots, because that is our main charity. But and which happens to be a Marines charity, by the way. If people were not aware, Toys for Tots is a Marine-based charity organization. But if you support any of our military or first responders and you want to help them out, give us a shout and join the team. Join the club, because we need more like-minded individuals. The bigger we get, the more reach we have. We reach into different states and so on, and it just goes from there. So again, it's Cigar Army 3 on Instagram, Cigar Army on Facebook, and most of the guys, people who know us, just hit us up too. Just send us a direct message if you have any questions, or a text or a call, whatever it is. We'll be happy to answer it.
All right, Mick, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's phenomenal, man. And we love what you guys are doing. Obviously, it's a perfect fit for what we do, and we get behind you. You get behind us. It's amazing. But if you guys ever, like we say to all of our guests, man, like anything you guys are putting out that you got, when you get that date, man, let us know. We're gonna be putting it out. We appreciate everything you're putting out, man, and it's an awesome partnership, man. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you having us. It's been great so far, and we couldn't be happier with the relationship that we're building with you guys.
We need to set up a time to where we can get you on here as a highlighted person, highlighted group, so we can actually go in depth with all that, and we can get multiple members from Cigar Army on here at the same time, because we can get more than just you two. We can get anybody that you want on here.
Yeah, we're kind of boring, so I mean, we need some spice in it. We got to spice this up a little bit.
Also,
I mean, we can have some fun with it. We can roast just about anybody that you want to, so we can have some fun with it.
Every time I pronounce,
I appreciate you guys talk. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say every time I mispronounce a word, we could do a shot. That would get it spicy, I think.
Oh, there we go.
It'd be great.
Oh,
We would be drunk within the first 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, we've been on a few of those herfs in the old days. Oh boy.
Also, just to touch on it real quick, and I believe I sent the logo to you. We have a patch made up when we became partners with Toys for Tots, or a corporate sponsor. We had permission to use their logo and everything, and we have patches made up that we're going to be selling. You don't have to be a member to purchase anything like that. You don't even have to be a member to purchase any of our swag. The only thing being a member is you just get the club patch. If you want to be a member, you get the patch. You can't buy the patch, but we're going to be selling a special Toys for Tots Cigar Army collaboration patch, where the proceeds from that patch will be going directly, obviously, for Toys for Tots. So we'll be putting that out for sale soon. We'll be posting that up as soon as we get the patches.
Yes. And that'll be something that's one of those perpetual things where it's just always available to purchase. We'll promote that, and there could be other swag down the line with that particular design, whether it's shirts or hats or whatever. If we decide to go that route, but for now, like Coop was saying, we're just doing the patches so that people can get the idea that we're officially connected with Toys for Tots and start raising some money, because you guys know people like patches, people like swag. So what better way than to just start generating some funds and by getting some patches out there and getting the name out there. So
when I know Toys for Tots kicks off at a certain time. When does the official Toys for Tots, drive actually begin? I know you guys are going to be doing some leading up into it. You're going to be doing some, whether it's your swag or patches and stuff like that. But when does the Toys for Tots drive begin that you guys kick into, fifth gear?
Well, normally we probably right after Thanksgiving. Like we do a lot of planning, in the meantime, but we do a lot. We probably don't start launching anything until after Thanksgiving.
All right. So I'm talking for Mick, and I'm brainstorming right now. So I know we will have a podcast that comes on. We'll probably take the week of Thanksgiving off. Good chance of it, since we're podcasting on a Thursday. But let's start looking into, I know you guys will probably be really busy after that, but right after Thanksgiving, let's try to do a Cigar Army podcast to where we get you and some members on here, and we really start helping you guys ramp up this drive and see if we can really get some people on board with this.
That would be fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And then when we first did our first Toys for Tots drive last year, when we did all our information, and we had a lot of cigar brands really get behind what we were doing. It was great. And then, we developed a relationship with them. They were great. They said, call anytime that we need them. So some of the surprises for that, just name certain company brands. Nova Cigars was one. Belladama was one. BMF was one. Ish was great. All those brands were great, just to name a few. So we're looking forward to more prizes and stuff from them to get us going with the drive. So some good things are going to be happening. Great prizes are going to be available when the time comes.
So we can set up something like that. I'll start. I mean, hell, we're known for shooting out dates way out into the future. So I'll start getting you some dates and stuff like that with Mick, and we'll go ahead and start setting up a time where we can get together. And whether you get some more of your club members on here, or you get some of the brand owners that, you know, that are donating, that are being a part of it, because if it, you know, just like Ish, if he's donating this year, if he's on here, he's going to bring people who follow him, and they're going to learn more about it. So the bigger reach that we can get on this, the bigger, you know, donations we can get to you guys. And that would be our number one goal, is to be able to bring, you know, more people to what you guys are doing. So that's kind of
absolutely.
That's 100% what we do here. And that's kind of why we started this.
Yeah, I was gonna top that off too. We do have a family and friends one too, Charles, that we have coming up. That all of our sponsors are going to have a spot on that show. So that's going to connect you with other brands, other people, so that you'll have your spot on that one as well. And that'll be a good opportunity to kind of get everything out there. Last year, for whatever reason, it was a 3-hour drunk fest of people just randomly jumping on the show and talking shit. And it was one of our biggest shows of that season. So I don't know. It was just a crazy night, but it was a good time. So
Sounds like it's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah, it'll be amazing. So we'll get dates on that pretty soon as well.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man, that's great. That'll be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Well, once again, if you've got anything that you want to leave everybody with and let them know where to reach you, go ahead and drop that in there, and we will let you guys go for the evening. But thanks so much for jumping on here, and anything else you guys want to share with us, go for it.
I mean, we kind of covered most of it. I mean, that's it. It's just, again, it's Cigar Army 3 on IG and Cigar Army on Facebook, and any other friends that we've made throughout the years. If you want to just hit us up personally, that's fine too. Again, anyone who's looking to get on board with supporting our military and first responders, come and join us, baby. As we're growing, we're gonna need more help. So the more the merrier. And again, guys, Charles, it was great seeing you again, brother. I'll tell you, Mick,
seeing you, man.
First time, bro.
Awesome,
thank
awesome,
you so
guys.
much for having us on, man. This was beautiful. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for jumping on here, and thank you for everything you're doing for the community and everybody who's outside of the community.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Have a great night, guys.
You too.
Take care.
That was some awesome information. I can't wait for that.
It was, man. They're such great guys, man. We're so blessed with our sponsors, brother. It's so awesome to have that family. It's amazing.
All right, so really quickly, go ahead and put in your hashtags. Hashtag Real Smoke. Put it in the comments below. Make sure that you are you've got those hashtags in. We do have a couple of drawings to give away. We have a $25 gift card to Cigar Vault. We have a 3-pack of cigars from Katie Cigars. We have a swag pack from Cigar Army. We have 4 cigars from Tribal Trilogy. We have a whole bunch of stuff. So let me get some disclaimers in here. We're going to do Katie Cigars first, but a couple of disclaimers on here. One, if you have won a cigar pack from Katie Cigars, you're not going to be eligible to win this one. We do have 2 people, El Presidente and Big Bear. You guys have already won one from them, so we're going to let that one go through. We have not. We've made it to where that if you've entered in multiple times, you can be picked multiple times. So if we draw your name and you are one of those 2, you'll still be in the drawings for all the other ones. We did not block that one. Yeah, on that one. If for some reason that we pick your name, you're going to have roughly 15 to 30 seconds, our time, to go ahead and put your name in the comments. Guys, hold off on replying and congratulating everybody until they can get in there. If we do not see your name in time, we apologize. It could be your YouTube running a few seconds behind us. It could be ours glitching. we apologize for that one. And then the last thing, StreamYard has told us 100% that if you put in the hashtag, your name is entered in to win, even if you do not see it scroll across your screen. So everybody's name is in there. So we will try to give everybody ample amount of time to go ahead and do that one, but help us out and just be patient with us. So Mick, while I set this up, got anything you want to add to this one?
Not a whole lot, man. Very well said on the giveaways. I know we're slowly having to get rules to make sure everything kind of falls in place for us. Great show. It's the first time we welcomed on a second guest, which is amazing. So props to us for that. Everything turned out well, man. It was, we could not have asked for a better first guest or second guest. So pretty happy evening. Good times.
I think we had some awesome guests tonight. So I love what Cigar Army's doing and what Uche's doing with his mobile cigar lounges and bringing his new cigars to the public. That's pretty awesome. I will say I am on his third cigar. So I will say the one that I smoked, the Maduro, I enjoyed that one. That one would have rated a lot higher. I would love to review that one and get that one back in the system. But congratulations to Uche for his cigar. He got an 86, so it's a great scoring. Absolutely. So everybody's been entered in. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. We are going to do Katie Cigars first. So if you can see on here, I do have winners can have multiple names on here. It is for this one. It is hashtag Real Smoke. So we're going to start collecting. We do have 16 entries on here. So the first one is going to be for the 3-pack cigars from Katie Cigars. And remember, we do need your name, phone number, address, and email address. The mash bill is the first one to win this one. I know it's given some lag time, but we'll give Mash Bill a couple of seconds on here. Rich says, whoever wins the Cigar Army, please send me the address. Rich, we will get that information to you. We'll have them send it to us, and we'll send it right over to you. So, again, Mash Bill. Mash Bill says he is here. Hell, yes. All right.
Awesome.
So, Katie Cigars gets Mash Bill.
Mash Bill, don't forget the urine sample this time. You forgot last time.
100%. Make sure you get all the information over to the podcast. That we can get everybody over all that information over to the sponsors. So the next one we're giving away is a $25 gift card to the Cigar Vault in Oakdale. Guys, do us a favor. Please go to them, buy your cigars, type in the code is Real Smoke. That way you guys can save a little bit on that one. You guys helping us out will help you out as well. So let's go ahead and draw again. Nashville, if you get drawn again, you cannot win. Just letting you know. So this is for the $25 gift card to Cigar Vault. Mitch. Holy crap.
It seems like Mitch or Devin
wins this one
every week. Every week.
I don't get how this one happens, but it happens.
I don't either.
I know our sponsors are going to be like, we've rigged this one, but I swear we have not. I know Mitch is on here because he just happened to put on here Boofy Baby, but Mitch, you're on here, correct? Chris says, I call BS. I almost call BS on this one.
I don't understand. I don't know. It's crazy.
You know, they're going to end up doing the same thing that, some of the other sponsors have done and said, if you cannot win back to back.
Yeah. We love you, Uncle Mitch.
And I hear Devin cackling in the background. He sounds like the geese.
Yeah, he does, and there is geese too. But here we are.
All right, so the next one is for, let's go ahead and do 4 cigars from Tribal Trilogy. Again, if you have already won tonight, you can't win again. Tribal Trilogy, who are you giving cigars away to? Let's draw again.
It's crazy. There's like 10 new names tonight, and the same people win every week. Like, what are we doing? Maybe we're rigging it. I'm not throwing it out there. I'm just kidding.
Maddie.
Maddie.
Are you on here? I will say, I know you were saying we had new names on here, like, Card Shark. I like that name better. Hologram is on here. I see you in a shiny way. Hologram. Maddie says, let's go. He's on here. And Maddie also says, let's G. I don't know what G means, but let's G it.
I like it.
Maddie says, yes, he's on here. And J-Bots is another new one. And he looks a little scary in that picture. But what's up, J-Bots?
Is that a real person? I like it.
I don't know. Is J-Bots a real person or is J-Bots a bot?
I don't know.
Hey, J-Bots, are you a bot? All right. So Maddie did win Tribal Trilogies. Maddie, you know what you got to do. Send me your name, address, phone number, all that wonderful stuff. We need to get that stuff in there. J-Bot says he is real. Hey, J-Bots, where are you from? Let us know. Put it in the comments. Josephus says he's here.
Hi, Josephus.
She ends up says, I didn't see my name. You should have looked quicker. Cigar Army member, J-Bots. All right. Well, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe. Help us out. All right. So, Maddie, you got to get your name on here really quickly for... All right. So, the last little bit is for the Cigar Army prize pack. J-Bot says he's from Hyde Park, New York. So, Hyde Park. All right. So cool. Let's see. Let's do one more spinneroony. And this is going for the wow, we got a lot of comments coming in. This comes from the Cigar Army, and this is Kadirk Shadirk.
All right.
Shadirk Kadirk. Congratulations. I bet you're on here, Shadirk Kadirk. I love it. Shadirk, are you on here? I know you were on here just a second ago. He says, oh no, I'm a Cigar Army. Give it to someone else who's not. You know what? I love the fact that you did that. Thank you so much.
That's cool, man.
All right, so I will cross your name out on that one. I will have to call you Card Shark now instead of Shadirk, just because you were awesome. No, I still got to call you Shadirk. All right, so let's draw it again. And who's getting the Cigar Army goodies? No. Mash Bill, you've already won. Sorry about your luck, buddy. Names. I knew that would be crazy.
Spin it again.
Cigars Dudes podcast. Wow. Or they have a fantastic podcast. Some of our brothers are on there. So, Cigar Dudes, if you are on here, say hi. You know what to do. You do the same thing. Say hi to us. Cigar Dudes will they win the Cigar Army gift pack? Come on, Cigar Dudes. You were just on here. And Cigar Dude says they are here. So we don't know which Cigar Dude is on here because there's 42 of you. And half of you belong to half the clubs we all belong to. So whoever the individual that is the Cigar Dude, reach out to us on the podcast, give us your name, address, phone number, and all that wonderful stuff. And we will pass your information on here.
Don't forget the urine sample. I saved this. Did I say that on live air? I apologize.
Uh-oh.
No, my bad.
Get Your Ends Up says he's here. No, he's not. He's a figment of our imagination. Debbie says, congratulations, fellas. Gibson, that's another new name. Hey, Gibson, are you Cigar Army, or are you just someone who we were lucky enough to wrangle in on here?
Good stuff, man. That's our most giveaways ever, our most guests ever. This is like a podcast of the most things we've done. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Gibson says he is Cigar Army. What about Hologram? We got Hologram. We got Wesley, Woodcock. We got a bunch of new names on here. Tell us where you're from. CSO Cigar Club. That's another one.
Oh,
congratulations. Cool. Goodness gracious. We got so many new names on here. If you're on here, and I hope you enjoyed what you watched tonight, please put, I know you guys are posting on here. You're posting in the comments. Please like, please subscribe. Help get our algorithm numbers up. There's nothing that helps us better than that. Hologram says he's from Central Florida.
Cool. His Florida stories may beat my Memphis stories, but I'm going to try tonight. I got some pretty good ones.
Gibson says Fort Covington, New York. We got some New Yorkers up here tonight. Got to hand it to the Cigar Army lovers. New York Ashhole Cigar Club.
Okay.
Welcome. Shadurka Dirk says Al Gore needs more rhythm. Don't be saying that. He created the internet. Calm down.
By the way, when Uche said earlier about I've never heard anyone call a single cigar a onesie, I'm going to use that from now on. That was phenomenal.
I've heard him call singles. I've heard him call sticks. I've never heard a cigar called a onesie.
That's phenomenal.
I'm going to have to put in here that I'm smoking a onesie tonight. So that's pretty awesome.
I love it.
So technically the next thing that we got to do is cigar news, but there was no news updates, that's happened a couple of times. I guess Cigar Public is busy with a lot of other stuff. They're trying to push out a lot of reviews right now. But guys, go check out Cigar Public. Go check them out on Instagram at Cigar Public or online at cigarpublic.com. Please go check them out. Greg says, TriStar member here. Love having some TriStar members here. Gibson says, no news is good news. You know, when stuff's not happening, sometimes that's a good thing. So the final thing that we need to jump into is Mick's favorite thing, and that's a little bit of Meanwhile in Memphis. And tonight's Meanwhile in Memphis is brought to you by the people who gave us some awesome cigars. Mick, I will let you talk about Katie Cigars.
Meanwhile in Memphis is brought to you tonight by Katie Cigars. You can find Katie Cigars on Instagram at Katie Cigars or at www.katiecigarco.com.
Thank you so much for Katie Cigars for doing that. We absolutely appreciate you. And before we jump into Meanwhile in Memphis,
it's happening again. Meanwhile in Memphis, the sky turns wild. Stray gators and pools running free and wild. Some guys wearing mud boots with a suit on trial. Meanwhile in Memphis, let's stay here a while.
Yeah.
I
gotta love some Meanwhile in Memphis.
I still think that song's gonna go viral. I really do. It's amazing. It has to.
If you go to our YouTube page and look under podcast music, you can find the full length of that song on there. And it is actually one of my favorite ones that we've done for the podcast. And I think we've got probably 10 or 15 songs on there that we've had done for the podcast. So as I find one that we use for something, I put it on there just for people to enjoy it. The funny thing was I had a lounge reach out and said, hey, we were watching your podcast and we saw that you had music on there. We actually played your music in the lounge. And it's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's probably the reason our numbers aren't growing as fast as what they should be. But I mean, anyways, Meanwhile in Memphis by Katie Cigars.
Meanwhile, in Memphis, it's been a fun week of news in Memphis. There's been a lot of craziness, a lot of stuff I won't talk about on here. But my first story for the evening, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations says that two security guards were arrested after a truck pursuit and crash. 2 armed security guards near the Blue Oval City allegedly tried to stop a truck on suspicion of DUI. So let me break this down for you. They had a big news story about it. These 2 guys are literally paid security guards for Blue Oval City, where most Fords are made in the state of Tennessee. They're paid security guards. They saw a guy drive by. He crossed the yellow line. They thought he was drunk, so they started a high pursuit chase, resulting in a crash and gunshot charges against the 2 guards. These men were arrested by TBI special agents on Thursday and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of vandalism, and 1 count of aggravated kidnapping.
Wait, before you keep going,
Yeah.
my favorite part of this story has already happened.
Okay.
It's Devin in the background laughing.
He's enjoying the story as well. So again, I like to do my overview of these stories. These 2 guys saw this guy cross the yellow line, and they're like, "Holy fuck, this guy's drunk." They hopped in a car and they started chasing him. They fired off like 6 rounds at this guy and made him crash. They found gunshots through his tailgate of his truck. The guy wasn't drunk. They chased him like 17 miles at a high-speed chase.
Dang it, Bobby.
They were fucking security guards at the Ford
Dang
factory.
it, Bobby.
What?
That's why some people should not have guns. I mean, I'm 100% all about, being able to have a firearm, but I mean, come on.
I mean,
really?
And my favorite part is me thinking about what these 2 guys are like. Holy fuck, bro! Did that guy just cross the yellow line? Let's go get him. Like, I mean, it had to be what happened. It's insane. All right,
Tennessee's really huge about, not touching phones and stuff like that. They literally probably just looked down at the GPS and veered a little bit. And the Rent-A-Cops are like, holy crap, it must be some drug lord. Let's go get him. We're going to be famous.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. And the fact that they shot through his tailgate at high rates of speed as they were chasing him, I just have this vision of the dude hanging out the window, freaking firing off rounds. Like, it's crazy.
Meanwhile in Memphis, it's happening again.
All right, so man, here's the title of this one: Man accused of carjacking his sister.
Well, I mean, see, if this would have been some other states, he would have been accused of doing something else to his sister.
Yes,
but
yes. There is
in Tennessee, we just carjack our sisters.
In Memphis, Tennessee, a Memphis man is accused of carjacking his sister while she was giving him a ride in her Mercedes.
While she was doing what?
She was giving him a giving him a ride.
That hawk and spit on that thing.
You really got Devin giggling over here now.
Here,
this guy was charged with carjacking following an incident on Sunday. She said he grabbed the keys. Oh wait, sorry, I missed a part. The sister told police. Yeah, I suck. I didn't even drink that much tonight. The sister told police that she had picked up her brother, and as they were driving, he became irate about something on his phone. He told her to pull the fuck over. He grabbed the keys from the ignition, exited the vehicle, pulled her out of the driver's seat, and pulled away in her 2013 Mercedes, which was valued around $12,000.
That's what she said.
He got arrested a few hours later, and he's set to be arraigned next Thursday. I don't know what he saw on his phone, man, but something set him off.
Gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing.
I know. Wait, so he was looking at his phone. I wonder if he was looking at his phone and veered off into the yellow line.
It could be full circle. It could be full
And
circle.
then some rent-a-cops were like, what's going on here? Let's shoot up the window in the tailgate.
You really ready to tie this together? Here's my last story for the night.
All right.
Ambulance crashes into Baptist DeSoto Hospital. Stolen ambulance crashes into Baptist DeSoto Hospital. Suspects are in custody. So the story
This is
the
all
funny
the
part.
same story. This is just one story.
It very well could be. So my favorite part of this, I'm warning you, is not the story, it's the comments. An ambulance crashed into DeSoto County Hospital Wednesday, leading to one arrest. South Haven Police Department says the stolen ambulance was drove into the Baptist DeSoto Hospital in what they are calling an isolated incident. No patients were injured. One staff member received minor injuries. The suspect is now in custody. A witness claimed that the ambulance was stolen. And the man said, I mean, who steals an ambulance and then puts a hole in a wall? I feel they should put in another door there instead of driving an ambulance through it, the man said. He said the same witness told them on the scene, there's now a hole in the wall. Who would drive an ambulance into a hospital again? But I mean, hey, if somebody got hurt, they're in the right place, right? Yeah, the man was taken into custody. The same man also said, thank God it's not terrible. I pray whoever got hurt gets a full recovery and at least they're at the right place. I mean, the guy kept saying the same thing, but the comments were phenomenal. The guy that was on the scene, he watched it happen. He's happy they're at the hospital already. You're right. All three of these could be tied together. I don't know.
Let me just say, in Memphis, on one given night, you had some dude driving his Arkansas sister around and was...
Gotta give him that huck to and spit on that thing.
And he veered over the road.
And then he was looking at his phone and veered over the road. And then rent-a-cops were like, hey, this guy's probably the ringleader of some wild group of people. Trying to figure out what I can say and not get banned on YouTube like we're going to be anyways. So the rent-a-cops start shooting, and then somebody gets injured, and then the ambulance comes in, and it's got some crackhead that's driving it and decides to make new doors.
A new door in the hospital, but at least they're at the right place.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, Memphis.
Meanwhile in Memphis, it's happening again. Meanwhile in Memphis, the sky turns wild. Stray gators and poodles running free and wild. Some guys wearing mud boots with a suit on trial. Meanwhile in Memphis, let's stay here a while.
I will say this. I love that the image that you posted on there because it talks about stray gators on there, and you posted a picture of a gator on there.
Yeah, and the guy wearing muck boots.
And the guy wearing muck boots.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's perfect.
You know, what's funny is there's a lot of people around that's listening on here that probably doesn't know what a muck boot is, but just saying.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
So closing out some people that's in the chats because the chats have still been going nuts. Gibson says Fort Covington, Kentucky. That was where we last left off. Greg, TriStar Herf member here. No news is good news. Wesley Ashhole from New York. Dory's on here. Hey, Dory. Tell the soon-to-be hubby we appreciate him being on here. Yeah. She says, awesome show, guys. Looking forward to tuning in more. Hope you do. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let us know that what we can do better. We absolutely love the fact that you joined him while he was on here with us. So we appreciate that.
Dory, I'm not sure if you still work in a lounge, but there's a few lounges that occasionally broadcast this live. Let us know. We'll give a shout out to the lounge, and we'd love to have that new audience group maybe get involved in what we're doing and promote what you guys are doing. So let us know.
Hey, I'll second that one. If any of you guys are in a lounge and you get them to tune this on while we're on here on Thursdays and you take a picture, send it to us and we'll shout out the lounge just to say hey. CSO Cigar Club says protect and serve. That's their motto. Cigars with Angel. Meanwhile in Memphis, podcast host loses his shit and couldn't figure out what the crap baseball team to support. Let's go Mets. Nope. Don't think that happened at all. I don't think that there's any host on here that would actually say "Let's go Mets."
No.
I think you misread it. You may have been on a different podcast. Mitch is on here, says Mick needs to do a segment from down the pothole.
They filled it in, brother. Last week they filled it in. So
that would be a deep conversation. Gibson says, fine print. The cops wanted to get a hold of them about their extended car warranty. 100%. That's probably the best ending to that story. After they shot 22 holes inside of their vehicle, they pulled them over, and the guys were like, "What do you need, officer?" We just wanted to ask you about your extended warranty. Mashville says, no show next week. Well, you just brought us into the ending of this show. Guys, Mick is going out of town. He is going on vacation. Is it anniversary or just vacation?
No, it's our every other year all-inclusive with close friends of ours from Pennsylvania. We're doing a week in Aruba and then back to Pennsylvania for a week. There will be some lives. Keep on the lookout. I'll try to give a little foresight on that when it's going to be. But we're going to do some lives to give some shout-outs and jump on live with us. Have some fun. We'll put them on our Instagram page and just have some fun.
100%. So tonight we will take a couple of weeks off after tonight. We will be back live Thursday, June 5th, and we will be with Bryce Weigel of Silent Hero Cigars, and he is debuting a brand new cigar to the lineup, and he will be telling us all about that one, and can't wait to find out what that cigar is and enjoy that cigar and smoke that cigar and review that cigar and all the stuff that we do here on the podcast. Do we really need Mick?
Wow. That was painful. A little bit.
Ouch. That
Wow.
was a little low blow on that one.
Wow.
I will say, yes, we do, because you guys don't want to hear from me for the entire 2 hours and 36 minutes and 33 seconds by myself. That's not happening. So that's what we got going on. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks with that one. Stay tuned for all the things that we do have coming out. I have been saving a lot of the shorts that we've been doing with Tim with Oz Family Cigars, Pete with Tatawahe, and then we will be posting Uche stuff on here as well. So we'll be posting some of those things throughout the next couple of weeks. We'll also be doing a lot of brand stuff, so we'll be promoting all the brands on there. I will do, just like I do usually before a podcast where I'll come on and say a couple of things. I'll do a couple of those. Mick's going to do a couple of lives, and we hope that I'll try to jump on there as well. We'll try to get, some of you guys on there as well. Hell, if we can even work it out where he's doing a live on there, I may produce it from here. That way we can just, make a miniature 20-minute version of what we're doing. So we're going to have some fun with that one. So, can't wait to hear Mick's pronounce. I'm not even going to try to do that one. Hey, Mick, what is he wanting you to pronounce?
Orange instead. I don't know where else you go with that. From a Rube Q. Yeah.
From a Rube Q?
Yeah, that's what it says.
There you go.
Q on the end of it.
There you go. Just kidding, Mick. Enjoy your vacation. So, guys, thanks everybody for jumping on here. We had a blast. Thanks to Uche for being on here and introducing us to his cigar brand. Absolutely love that one. Thanks to Cigar Army for being on here and giving us the information to everything that's going on. Huge shout out to Cigar Vault Oakdale. Please, guys, go jump on with them. Order some good products from them. Use our code. Got to thank Smoke In Cigar of the Month Club. Go sign up with them. 5 cigars for an awesome price. Use the code RSNEW. Check out Beard Apothecary, the best beard brand that you can buy. Check out Destination Cigars. Go check them out. And then check out Cigar Public. Check out Katie Cigars. We got a lot of people on here. So go check all those people out. Go show them some love. Cigars with Angel says, awesome show. Appreciate you both doing great things for the community. Brother, we're doing our best, and we appreciate that you feel that way. So
thank you.
Brother, I will leave the last bit up to you before we say goodnight for the next couple of weeks. It almost feels like, do you get the feeling like you're in high school and you're going away for summer break and you're telling everybody bye for a while?
I do. I'm gonna miss this. That's why I know I'm gonna be doing some lives. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna rub it in a little that I'm on vacation on a beautiful island. But other than that, no, all the sponsors that you just named, I'm not gonna go over them again. I could not be more happy and proud of the people we have supporting us. Like we are so happy to get their brands out there, especially Cigar Army. Thank you guys for what you do. This isn't just me saying that, man. We truly believe in what you guys are doing, and we love the support you're giving us, and we just hope we can give that back to you in return and bring some people to your club, and also everything you're supporting or everything you're putting out that we can support. Tribal Trilogy, man, great show again, man. Getting to know them and behind the brand, and that guy's drive is going to take him some places, and it's great it'll be awesome over the next few years to watch him grow. So thank you for being on the show and taking that time. And take time this week, smoke a cigar with someone you love, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.
Couldn't put it any better myself. And those of you who stuck around for 2 weeks ago, at the end of the song, I did an extra couple of seconds when Mick was gone, and I'm going to say it again. Guys, do me a favor for everything that Mick does for the show and all the work that he puts into this one. Do me a favor, go to the podcast account page or go to Real Minutes and go tell him thanks. Go fill up his comments with thanks for everything that he does for the show. Let him know how much you guys appreciate everything that he does and the work that he puts into this one, because without him, this would not be the Real Smoke Podcast with Mick and Charles. This would be absolutely nothing because I would not be on here. So guys, do me a favor, go tell him thanks. And we will see you guys in 3 weeks. I was going to say next week. We'll see you guys in 3 weeks. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep